those guys on the Mammoths.
Absolutely, and that's one thing I shared one of my previous interviews is that this league is something different than most. That each and every person, from people who work the stadium to the players themselves, they want you to succeed, regardless if you're playing against them or not. Obviously, it gets a little competitive.
Yes, of course, naturally.
But that's the nature of the game. So, but yeah, these guys are huge, especially, and it's as he draws a walk here. It's something about Duncan was really cool about him is that he would record his own teammates. He wouldn't even pick up a bat. He'd record his own teammates and help them break down their swings. Especially with pitchers too. If you're a player who makes your other players better, it's hard for a scout not to want to take you.
Well, he'll be a great coach one day.
Absolutely.
I know that for an absolute fact. He joined us up here one time as well. I was in need of some help for the booth, working on this broadcast, and he stepped right in for me and helped me out. He wasn't playing that day. So really glad to have him out here, and really glad to see him continue on to the next level as Livingston Morris steps up to the plate, our home run derby champion this year, yet not a home run yet on the season.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for the start. Him getting accustomed to the USPBL, but I think he's going to find his footing. It only takes one. I've played against him at Georgia when I played against Georgia Gwinnett through college, and we meet here again in pro ball. And he's probably one of the strongest guys I've ever met. So hopefully everything ends up working out for him throughout the rest of the season.
Yes, as he takes a massive cut going into 0-2, but in BP, his balls are flying out of the stadium.
Yeah,
so I know once he gets a hold of one, it's settling into a new league too. He hasn't been here yet. He's a very new face. Follows that one straight back against the net here. Still 0-2 count. Two guys on base. Hopefully he can drive one in, only one out. So sac fly would work to move someone up right now.
Absolutely. And the unfortunate part is, these guys on the bases, they're pretty decent speed. Fox, he's gonna have to get a ball backside to get him to move over, but hopefully he gets a hit here.
Yeah, we'll see what
Fox can come
happens.
around and score. There it go. Foul ball. Okay.
Yes, Livingston Morris, when he joined us for the Home Run Derby, he was a brand new face here around the USPBL.
Yes.
But everyone kept saying that their money was on him. And Jelly was throwing to him that day, and Jelly even said, if he doesn't win, it's my fault. Because this guy should be winning a Home Run Derby.
Right.
Ooh, great pitch by Harsney. Not a hitter's pitch. Pitcher's pitch for sure. Livingston Morris will be retired. 2 outs now.
And a lot of people would say, it's a bad pitch to chase. I mean, at the end of the day, when you have a guy who has a wipeout slider the way he does, it's tough. It's tough to hold back.
You're protecting. You don't want to go down looking. You're protecting. And you're trying to get your guys moving on the bases. So don't blame Livingston Morris. Hopefully, better at bat coming up next time. But now we have Alex Garbasic, batting .310 on the season from Livonia, Michigan. So from close by, played at Madonna University along teammate Zach Beadle. Jacob Harsney from stretch. Fastball outside. Felix Abarrett looks like tell him to keep his composure, take a deep breath.
Absolutely. It's been a few starts since Harsney has struggled at least getting out of the first inning. But again, when you have a team that's so disciplined, it's hard especially when you have an umpire behind the plate who's going to call a decent game.
Alex Garbasic fly ball to right field, dropping back, and Harsney and the boys will retire the Mammoths for the inning. 1-0 still. Coming up soon on the USPBL Network. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
And we're back on the USPBL Network now. The Mammoths are in the field. So, Marcus, we're ready to take a look at the three-dimensional services defensive lineup for the Westside Woolly Mammoths tonight. Like we had discussed, Nathan Witt out on the mound. Heavy fastball. You don't want to get to his second-degree pitches here, so hoping that the Unicorns can hop on it quickly. And here we go. Scott Combs behind the dish tonight. Livingston Morris out at first. Colby Seltzer at second base, heating up as of late, like we've talked about. Trevor Austin, new to the Woolly Mammoths, out at shortstop tonight. Alex Garbasic's been holding it down over there in the hot seat. while Nick Webb is still out, hoping he'll be joining us back soon. But Alex Garbasic doing a fantastic job in the corner. Ward Hackman out in left field, Burl Dixon out in center, and Patrick Mills out in right field tonight.
Yes, this is a very good Willie Mammoths defense. For the most part, they don't make a lot of mistakes in the field. And even if their pitchers get hit, they have an outfield that can just absolutely run the ball down. Flat out. You think a ball's hit in the gap, you think you got a double, and it ends up in a glove. And that puts a lot of stress relief off a pitcher because it makes him more confident in throwing the ball in the zone. And at the end of the day, if you can limit the mistakes, if you can limit the extra pitches a pitcher has to throw, it's a more efficient ball game that allows your coach or your manager to make smarter moves in the back end of the game.
Yes, in the outfield for the Westside Woolly Mammoths, we have speed, and these guys just have such a good read and jump on this ball. I've looked over to some different reels and highlight tapes from Burl Dixon. Well, highlight tapes, as I say, just ones that I would prefer that they should be on one of his highlight tapes. Watching him out there in center field, just his jump right off the bat is absolutely fantastic. And like we said, very experienced player. So he does extremely well out there. But Nathan Witt, his ERA, 5.71. So when they do get a hold of that fastball,
Yes, it goes. The harder it comes in, the harder it goes out. So hopefully he can make some, for their benefit, to miss some barrels today. And for the Unicorns, if they're going to hit something hard, hit it hard on the line. Because you hit it hard in the air, odds are it's going to be caught.
Exactly. But first, we got Lucas Gooden up for the Utica Unicorns, followed by Nick Pastor and Felix Abaret. Very top-heavy lineup here for the Unicorns tonight. Foul ball, already set off by Lucas Gooden. Starting to be aggressive, starting right off.
Absolutely, and you have to be. I want to say I want to say personally, after I've faced him a good about 5 times, and first was fastball 95% of the time, and knowing that he's coming from a Rays organization, as Gooden takes a strike there. He's going to throw a lot of strikes, so you have to be prepared to swing the bat.
Yes, already 0-2 here on Lucas Gooden. It's the 0-2.
Oof.
Swing and a miss retires Lucas Gooden.
That was the slider we talked about. And
Yes.
again, a lot of folks would argue, okay, lefty-righty matchup, you'd rather go change up there to a lefty. But when you have a slider that's that wipeout to back behind a fastball that you're spotting up, at the end of the day, if a lefty's able to hit your slider more often than not, just tip your hat, because it's not going to happen often.
No, they do. Both these pitchers tonight have fantastic sliders. And I've heard from as foul ball down to the right side. Nick Caruso played for the Westside Woolly Mammoths over there at first base, coaching first base for the Unicorns. I'm gonna have to give him some crap later about that one. He should have fielded that.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. But with these sliders, a lot of pitchers say that they like to stick away from the slider because it kind of goes right in the bat path of a lefty.
Absolutely.
But with these pitchers, honestly, I don't think they have to worry about that so much. It might just go in on the hands of the lefty.
Absolutely.
But then they got to really pull their hands to the inside. If they can't do that, you're getting a nice little tiny grounder over there to first base.
Exactly. And the most part is when you have a pitcher who has a good breaking ball, if he can throw it for a strike when he wants to, and throw it for a ball that mimics a strike if he wants to, that's dangerous. So right now, from that first at bat, seeing Gooden those first 4 pitches, he looks like his breaking ball is going to be on today. So at this point, you can't guess. You got to react.
Exactly. Fouls that back and into the stands. Now we're 0-2. 0-2 on both batters so far here for Nathan Witt.
And the big thing is as well is a lot of hitters. Like we have a guy like Witt, who usually comes in the backside of a bullpen, and he's just going to give them a good start today. Hopefully they get the lead like they did. He comes in, shuts the door for a few innings, and that's it. That slider right there. That's a hard pitch to hit, back foot. That's a tough pitch to hit.
Like we said before, we talked about this a lot in the pregame. You want to hop on his first couple fastballs. You don't want to get into those secondary pitches.
No, that just makes it tougher to hit. And you also have to realize whether you swing or you take it. First pitch, if it's a strike, you fall behind the count.
That might be the best one you're seeing tonight.
Absolutely. You might as well take a hack at it. Inside, up, down. If it's flat and it's straight, react and turn on it.
Yes, well, Felix Abaret has been hot as of late, and honestly, he's been here the last couple of years for the USPBL. Just returned with us, batting .364 on the season. Has had a fantastic at-bat.
Yes, Felix is another guy coming from a large frontier organization, coming back after having success at the USPBL. You can see his composure. Foul ball, not pressed. That ball is at 93, 94 with a little bit of run. He's not phased. When you have guys like that, it makes it tough for a pitcher to find his composure. But you have 2 bigger organization guys going against each other. So this is going to be a good battle tonight.
Yes, here's the 1-1.
There it is. That's 2 in a row. Yep. But again, not everybody. And again, with a guy like Witt who throws as hard, you also have to be smart too. Like, yes, I can easily rear back and throw it past somebody. By the end of the day, when you've seen it more than once and you've had success more than once, it isn't going to make much of a difference thereafter.
This is much more difficult as a hitter with these faster pitchers you start chasing. Especially when I was in college, if I saw a faster pitcher, I was immediately thinking way more.
Yeah, and the harder part about Jimmy John's too is the shadow aspect. You know, as he takes that slider up, could have went both ways. But again, with the shadow, the lighting, nothing's completely perfect. You know, so pitchers definitely have a little bit of an advantage. But they missed a pitch. These batters make it hurt. Ooh, good swing. Look at that.
Right up the baseline. Fair. Felix Abarrete rounding first. Going to be a sure double. Ward Hacklin hits his cut, and that's a stand-up double for Felix Abarrete tonight with 2 outs. Hopefully trying to get these unicorns something started.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal swing. And again, like I said, at this point, when you have a fastball that's thrown that hard, it's less the hitter has to think. People always wonder why you have a guy who's only throwing 84, 85 miles an hour. How are these guys so off balance? It's because a lot of the times they're thinking way too much. In the game of baseball, blink of an eye, balls past, you can't be thinking.
I don't even know how else to explain it. It just takes over your mind.
Absolutely.
It really does. It can be a very difficult sport to play. Games that are more fast-paced, like basketball, you have more time to keep recovering, more chances.
Yep.
Baseball, it's such a team sport, but also so individual. Like Josh Baker is right there out front of everybody right now. He's on his own, yet his teammates are behind him. But still, you get put more of a hot seat here in baseball.
Absolutely.
All right, 1-1 count. Josh Baker batting .260 on the year. 10 walks, 14 RBIs, 4 home runs. He ties the league lead in home runs with Chris Davis at 4 currently.
Absolutely. Josh Baker's one of those guys that at any given moment he can put a ball 400 feet. I've seen it. And when he starts to heat up, the rest of his team feeds off of him. He's the one guy I truly believe in the lineup. If he has success, the rest of the team will as well.
Foul ball. The 2-2.
See, and right now is a good at bat, not just for Baker, but more so for Witt. As you see there, his 2 seams running away. That's what you want in this situation when you have a lefty-loaded lineup, because if you miss your pitch, you know it's going to hurt. But he looks like he's on tonight. There it is, like we said.
Baker
we said.
strikes out looking like you had just been talking about. Love having a player up here with that player perspective. You guys just bring a different look to us here up in the booth. So really excited for more game tonight. Josh Baker now retired. The Unicorns go down, swinging Felix Abarrete with a double. Josh Baker goes down looking tonight. We'll head into the second now. We'll be back with you guys soon on the USPBL Network.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
With a transforming world, we can see how drastically the world is heading towards automation. And so, we need 24/7 surveillance and security systems for our homes and businesses to avoid any theft or breach of privacy. JARBCOM brings the installation of security cameras to the tip of your fingers with our state-of-the-art mobile app. JARBCOM also provides surveillance monitoring of your entire property with flexible options that offer a dependable solution to be scaled to fit any domestic or commercial need. Contact JARBCOM today for a free estimate at 800-369-0374 or look us up on the web at jarbcom.com.
And we're back on the USPBL Network. Jacob Harsney still out on the mound for the Unicorns. Woolly Mammoths lead 1-0. Unicorns left a runner on base last inning.
Absolutely. It's a tough way to go down, but it should show you a little something about what we are going to see for the rest of the night for the most part out of these 2 teams.
Yes, we got some kids enjoying the game and the balloon animals that we have throughout the ballpark.
Absolutely. Actually, the other day while I was playing, I actually saw somebody, they had a fishing pole.
I saw
with
that
a
too.
balloon fish.
Yes, I was hosting that day, and the sweetheart of the game, her 2 kids, had the fishing poles. And I walked up there and said, "Oh, what you got there?"
Yeah, absolutely.
And there
It's
you have
amazing.
it. Honestly, one of our balloon guys is fantastic. Been here a couple of years. Very creative. Takes that one inside and high. Colby Seltzer now. Colby Seltzer followed by Scott Combs, then Trevor Austin do up this inning so far.
Even though Kobe's average doesn't speak upon his success this year so far, he battles. He works hard and doesn't complain about anything, and it teaches you a lot. Big swing.
Like you said, he's got a great attitude about everything, and he's also recently coming out of college, so it's just a bit of a different look for a lot of these guys getting here to the USPBL first professional debut.
Yep.
It could be daunting, especially with our big crowds.
Absolutely. And again, the biggest thing about professional baseball is, again, it's a funnel system. The higher you go up, the harder it gets. But when you put that in perspective, when you're in college, you may play a 3-game series where you have that Friday night guy is their best pitcher. So you're hoping to see,
Sends that one out to left field. Josh Baker going back and will retire Colby Seltzer. You got hold of that.
Yeah.
That's when you just miss it. Just a little bit more on it. Taking that one out. It had the power originally.
Yeah, he knows he missed it. He knows he missed it.
That's the worst way in college. I'd come back to the dugout and the girls would look at me and go, "You just missed it." I'd say, "Do I want to know that?"
Yeah,
I think I do, because I'm making the adjustments. Baseball's always you're always making adjustments, but
Absolutely.
at least he's making good contact out there. He's definitely had more confidence as of late.
Absolutely. I'm happy for his recent success.
Yes, and here we have Scott Combs, 208, ground ball, left side, bounces off of Lucas Gooden's glove.
Oh, man.
Scott Combs will have first base. They're calling it a hit.
There
Hit
you
for
go.
Scott Combs.
I'll take it. Think he might too.
Was a bit of a bad hop over there for Lucas Gooden.
Yeah. The dirt here at Jimmy John's, it plays well for the most part, but you do have to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to attacking those hard hit baseballs, which is actually sought upon, because everyone says, hit hard, drop step, and things like that. And but the biggest thing about that is when a ball's hit that hard, if you have a good read on it and you trust your instincts, you trust your preparation, you trust what you've been doing, and you attack it, and a mistake is made, a coach can't fault you for that because you went after it trusting your abilities, But there will be times where a ball's hit at 115 miles an hour off of a guy like Livingston, where you have to take 5, 6, 7 steps back. Ooh.
Takes it off the helmet there. That's a tough one for these pitchers too. I know a lot of guys get really upset and really frustrated when they get hit. Yes, he's keeping very good composure here, but we saw Dre Williams-Nelson very frustrated yesterday. It's expected, but I do feel bad for the pitchers on the other side. They're not meaning to throw at these guys.
Absolutely, and for you fans who missed it yesterday's game, one of the hottest hitters currently in the league since coming in, Dre Nelson, great friend of mine, always looks out
Fantastic
for the best of somebody,
guy. Yes.
And he ended up getting hit by a pitch twice last night.
Same spot.
Yep, got a hit. And then on a tough bang-bang play at first base, got into a collision. So I spoke with him yesterday. He is in good health.
Good.
He is going to have to go into a little bit of protocol stuff for obvious reasons, but he should be good. And again, when he does come back, it's just another addition to this loaded Mammoths lineup.
Yes, was excited to have him here at the USPBL. I believe he talked to me, his wife.
Yes.
Yes, he is married. One of our guys here in the USPBL, wifed up here.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, nice to have these guys come out here and bring their family and their wives out here with them as well, and their significant others. So always nice to meet everyone here at the USPBL. It is like a big family. You guys are 4 teams all playing in the same spot.
Absolutely. It's definitely different than anything else in the country.
It's a 2-0. Burl Dixon ground ball. Ooh, we're going to have to go with one out. There we go. We'll take the safe out at first. Bobbled it a little bit there for Patrick Baggett. So we'll have runners now on second and third. Even though not what Burl Dixon's looking for, he did move his runners over.
Yeah, that's a 2-0. That's a 2-0, tough 2-0 pitch because he's definitely have the ability to go backside. Just probably caught a little bit out in front, rolled over it. It's tough, though, to try and turn 2 off a guy like Burrow. Even if he's jogging down the line, you turn 2 and it's probably only 1 out.
Yes, got a large stride on him, and he's fast.
Yep.
But not really the 2-0 pitch you're looking to hit.
No, especially not of a guy like Jacob, who has that two-seam run on his ball. If I'm him, 2-0 count, I'm looking for something elevated, middle third that I can really get my barrel around. Just didn't happen that time, but there's a lot of ball game left.
Yes. Patrick Mills takes another pitch. We're 2-0. We said Patrick Mills batting a .150 on the year so far, but only been here a very short time. 20 at-bats on the year, 21 now.
Yes, Patrick Mills is, again, one of those guys who, at the top of the Mammoths lineup, who's very composed. As you can see, 2-0 count. He's not gearing up, loading, trying to hit the ball 500 feet. He's taking what the pitcher gives him, and if he has to take a base, he'll take a base. But that's also good in having that type of protection as a hitter, knowing that even if I don't necessarily get the job done or don't have the opportunity to, I have 3-4 guys up behind me that's in a very good position.
And here's the 3-0.
3-0 green light.
Can't leave a good pitch hanging up there on a 3-0.
Nope. And a bobble
This will
in the
score
outfield.
2. Patrick Mills now 3 RBIs tonight after sending out that high fly ball to left field to Josh Baker, sending Burl Dixon on home, but this time he does stay on base.
Absolutely, and this is one of the things that a lot of people will have mixed feelings about. But the explanation is simple. When you have a situation where it's 2 outs, man on second and third, with a lefty up, I give him the green light 3-0, especially when your team's up, because all his job is to do is pull a ball hard. If it's an out, it's an out. But if he connects like he did, 2 runs, 1 swing of the bat.
Exactly, and Jacob Harson. High fly ball out to right field.
Come on, ball. Did he? Yes, he did.
Over.
Yes, he did.
Fox Liam, 2 RBI home run. 2-run home run here for Fox Liam. Like we were saying, he's been hot as of late.
Absolutely.
315 on the season. You can't look past Fox Liam.
You cannot. And like I said, he's one of the hottest hitters in the league. Composed, having those guys at the top of the lineup. Now that's crazy how baseball can work.
Yes, Mammoths 5 runs now on the board. Utica Unicorns still looking to get that run going here for them, but Mammoths have been hot as of lately. Roll Mamos.
Absolutely. Just not against us.
Yes, just not against the Beavers. Can't say it then. You say go Beavs.
Go Beavs. There it is. Uh-oh.
Ward Hacklin.
No way.
High foul ball to right field, trying to camp under it.
Oh, so
Ward
close.
Hacklin, almost
So
the
close.
save, almost a replay.
Wow. Imagine that.
Jacob Harsney retires the last batter, sending it out to right field. And we'll see you guys back here soon on the USPBL Network. Mammoths are leading 5-0.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
And we're back here on the USPBL Network. And when it's time for baseball, it's time for beer. Two Hearted Ale has been named the #1 beer in America for the past 4 years by members of the American Homebrewers Association. Play ball with the best. Two Hearted Ale, the iconic American IPA from Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan. But please always drink responsibly. Always a great time to crack open a beer here at the baseball park.
Absolutely. If you come to a baseball game and you don't have a couple beers, and you're of age, of course.
Of course.
Let's get that out the way.
Of course.
Okay? No underage drinking. It's sit back and we'll watch some really, really good baseball.
Yes, we take a look at Fox Liam, our DH for tonight. Just sending out that 2-run home run, putting the Mammoths up 5-0. Really excited to see him out there today doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely. Jelly's probably telling him, hey, man, do it again. That'd be nice.
Just go out there and do it again. It's that easy.
Absolutely.
It's that simple. Do it again.
I wish it was.
Jared Weber now coming up to the plate. 231 on the year.
Jarrett Weber's a great guy coming out of Florida A&M University. He's very, very good at barreling up baseballs. He doesn't swing and miss a lot. It probably comes from his no stride, one tap type of stride stance, giving him more time to read the pitch. But I don't blame him. Even still, just like that, turns on 93, 94. He's ready for it. So hopefully he has some success today.
Yes, quick turn on that ball for him, especially like you had said, that 1 foot tap, ready to go. That's such good timing for a fast guy here like Nathan Witt that you want to work with.
Absolutely. When you have a guy that throws as hard as he does, with some late break and a power heavy slider, it's hard. He comes with a cutter, slider, and a fastball. There's no time to guess. You get your foot down, you watch the baseball, and you find a barrel.
Finding barrels all day long, hopefully.
Absolutely. Like I said,
Swing
that
and a
slider.
miss. There's the slider, retiring Jared Weber. And now the new guy, Philip Machulia, coming up to the plate. We talked about him, 19 home runs in his college season, 50 hits.
Yep.
Really excited to see him here in his professional debut. Me and him were talking before the game after we recorded everything, and he said that he is excited to be here for his professional debut. He just graduated college, so this is fresh still, fresh and moving.
Absolutely. I spoke with him a few times while we're hitting batting practice in the facility, and great guy, real down to earth. Again, one of those sneaky power guys. I was watching his BP rounds, and he was missing baseballs to the warning track that were on a line. And that's not said done easy, especially coming from the left side. Interested to see how he attacks this AB.
Yes, and he's being aggressive right from the start. Great take by Philip Machulia, but he's seen a lot of great pitchers in Division I ball, so this isn't anything he's not used to.
No. He's seen day in and day out 90 and above with guys who have 2-3 pitches they can throw for strikes.
Sends that one for him.
Just
Base
enough.
hit.
Just enough.
First at bat, base hit here for Philip Machulia. Exactly what the Unicorns were looking for the center of their lineup, to try and get the bottom, just keep rolling so we can send it up to the top of the lineup. We've got some big batters out there tonight.
Absolutely. If they don't get that baseball for him as his first professional hit.
Good, they did. They just did.
All right.
Wonderful.
I love that. That's what it's all about.
That's something, that's what we're about here at the USPBL. We're making memories too at the same time, you know?
Absolutely.
And now he gets to have that ball for the rest of his life. He can show his kids one day, show his family, and his first professional hit here at United Shore Professional Baseball League in Utica, Michigan. Goes in taking a big hack, Jacob Mitchell.
Yeah, the key here with a guy who has who you know is going to throw a first pitch fastball first strike is to not get too big. You get too big and you miss it, then you have to worry about 3 other pitches that can be thrown for strikes that aren't the same as a fastball.
A lot of first pitch swings here from the Unicorns.
Yep. And that should be their MO against Witt for the majority of the game. Hunting that first pitch fastball in a spot that you can drive, as opposed to looking, okay, I'm going to take this pitch and try and work the count. When you have a guy that throws strikes, you work the count when he starts to get fatigued. If he's not fatigued and he's grooving, you have to take a swing at some things.
Yes, you got to pounce on something. Sometimes you just got to get the bat out there.
Yeah.
The good contact, like you said, he's bringing that fastball. He's bringing that heat. So if you barrel it up the right way, he's doing a lot of the work for you already.
Absolutely, and if you don't barrel it, you can walk home with a firewood.
Yeah.
I've known that way too many times. My first at bat against Witt, actually.
Is that the one where your bat broke?
Yes, smashed into pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
1 second
Can't forget.
1 second fastball was in the third. Second it was on top of my thumbs.
Went home with some firewood, or a kid went home with some firewood.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He was very excited too. I was
Good.
Can I have your bat? Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, here it is. I have no use for it anymore anyways.
Yeah.
So it makes those kids' days too. The kids really admire you guys out here.
Absolutely, and that's truly what it's about. It's not so much about how well we perform. Yes, it is, so we can. Wow, that's a tough pitch. Tough pitch to take. Is that backdoor slider?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yep. You see, again, confidence with throwing his off-speed pitches to lefties. But again, like we talked about all the time, we talk about every day. Even we talk about it with our coaching staff. It's when you get to this level, a part of your accomplishment is over, but the majority of it is still left to go. But you still have to understand that you were once that kid in the stands, asking for a signature.
Yeah, you
and
have
seeing
to
how
appreciate
important it is.
Yeah,
you know?
how far you came. You made
Absolutely.
it here. Not many people. Rare does even make it to college ball.
Absolutely.
And you guys are making it
tough.
here. Patrick Baggett
And of
lined out
course,
right to Burl Dixon.
Who
He was camping out.
plays it perfectly.
Like we said, he even knows where to line up. He was in like a little bit of a Patrick Baggett shift out
Yep.
there.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Baggett before we go to head the broadcast break. He's probably has the highest contact rate in the league. Numbers don't show for it, but hopefully everything starts to work out for him the rest of the season.
Just keeps hitting it right to the people out in the field, but we'll have more coming back soon here on the USPBL Network. Stick with us.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood
and reset our life around zapping stuff and cheering for stuff with your friends. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
And we're back on the USPBL Network. If you're just joining us, once again, I'm Carol Wolfbauer alongside Marcus Judd tonight from the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. He's up here for the first time, but not the last. Absolutely not the last. And we're looking over here at Lancelot in the dugout, hanging out with some kids tonight.
Hey, Lancelot's great. He can't beat me in a race yet, but you know, it is what it is.
He can't beat anyone in a race.
No.
I do all the DTE kids versus the mascot stuff out there when I'm hosting.
Yep,
and
yep.
Man, he can't win a game to save his life.
That's what I'm saying. They just need to. They need to do some more cardio. I think
They
that would really
do.
help. Lay off the magical brownies and they'll be okay.
All the lollipops and everything. He's
Yeah.
just hanging out at night.
That's just what it
Thinking
is.
of rainbows.
It's his castle. I mean, I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. Livingston Morris now up to bat. Big swing and a miss. Jacob Harsany on the mound once again tonight for the Utica Unicorns. Gave up a massive 2-run home run against Fox Liam in the top of the second.
Yeah. You know, and again, those 3 at bats, like I said before, we talked about before the game starts, at the bottom of the lineup can just find a way to get on and flip it back to the top. You have Burrow move him over, Pat drive him in, and then Fox with a 2-run bomb. Next thing you know it, 4 runs in an inning. Now they're down 5-1. Let's see how Jacob reacts to pitching with a deficit.
Yes. Pitch comes high and inside 2-1.
He's approaching a higher pitch count here on his 47th pitch. I see some activity in the bullpen for both sides, and again, that's one thing about the league as well. When you're playing 3-4 games a week and with limited arms, it's important for these guys to go a little bit deeper in the game, and if not deeper, it's important for your lineup to get going. There it is.
Ground ball.
Fair ball.
Right up the left field line, sending Josh Baker back to the fence. It should be a stand-up double here for Livingston Morris.
You don't find that often. Both balls down the third base line, put guys in scoring position. Don't see that often.
No, happened twice now in this game for us here. Jacob Harsany coming up against Alex Garbasic, now 0-1 on the day, batting .310 on the year so far. Is one of the guys who's joined us more recently, so not too many at-bats, not too many looks yet, but still doing extremely well.
Yeah, Alex is probably one of the best defensive third basemen in the league. Whether the ball's hit short, hard, doesn't make a difference. It's in his glove, and he makes a strong, accurate throw over to first base.
I completely agree.
Just like that.
Hard ground ball.
Let's see if he goes on this one.
Livingston Morris will take a bit of a stop over there at third base.
And that's another thing, you know, when you have guys who are hitting the ball as well as the Mammoths are, you don't really have to force extra bases. You don't have to put yourself in unnecessary positions to try to win a ball game because you already have the lead.
Got to stay patient.
Absolutely.
You really do. It really is a hard sport to stay patient in. You see that first pitch coming, especially as a batter, you want to go for it.
Yep.
You want to get that extra base. But the baseball gods do gift patience.
Absolutely.
Is what I believe.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. As hopefully Colby comes here, someone who's been patient all season for the most part with all his hard work and preparation. So let's see how he reacts to this AB.
Yes, and been showing off as of late last week a massive home run here for the Westside Woolly Mammoths to send them into an extra inning. So, fortunately, they did not end up taking home the W that day, but great for Colby Seltzer putting his team in a great spot.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always good when the 1 through 9 you guys are trying to help your team win, and sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but you did what you could, and in their case, they're doing all they could, and it's working.
Yeah, especially with our sudden death rule here at the USPBL. We only do. Ooh, Colby Seltzer sends it out to right field.
And again, just like we talk about.
Perfect, yes. Livingston Morris tags and will trot on home. Massive RBI. There we go for Colby Seltzer.
Absolutely. Didn't try to do too much. Got a fastball elevated, put in the outfield, sack fly, score run.
He did what
Textbook.
he needed to do. You don't always have to be the hero, per se, knocking it out of the park. You just got to put that ball in play and get your guys moving.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's it's tough when a team's doing this every single inning. Cutting swings down, putting the bat on the ball, finding a way to move a guy over and get him in.
Yes, and the Unicorns will already start ready to pull from their bullpen. That's all we've seen tonight from Jacob Harsney, giving up 5 hits here for the Mammoths and 6 runs. Now we're going to step aside for this pitching change, but we'll see you guys back here soon on the USPBL Network. And we're back here on the USPBL Network. Big crowd here tonight for this Utica Unicorns versus Westside Woolly Mammoths game.
Absolutely. We got my roommate, my absolute buddy roommate, Benjamin. He's a Mercer kid. No, Mercer, I'm sorry. Murray State guy. He was in the Frontier League prior. Now he's here with us in the USPBL. And he's my roommate. Great guy.
Wonderful.
Absolutely amazing human being. And let's see, I haven't seen him pitch yet. I've heard some things. I'm really interested to see what goes on.
Yes,
because you know I'm going to give it to him when we get back to the house.
You have to, but no stats on the year yet so far for Kristen. So let's see how he does here tonight for the Utica Unicorns. And like we had mentioned before, actually that is Kristen on the mound there tonight. Excuse me, Marcus, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good, you're good. He's a 3-pitch mix guy.
Yes.
After talking to him last night, I hope, again, because you know, pitchers talk about numbers. You don't really know until they throw because they could feel different on different days. But after talking to my roommate, he should be spotting a 3-pitch mixed fastball, slider, changeup. So we'll see how he reacts. We have a righty-heavy lineup, so hopefully he sees some a little bit more success than his teammate, who again pitched very well. Jacob pitched very well. He just he got hit on different pitches, and when your team doesn't support you run-wise, it's unfortunate.
Yes, and like I meant to say, it's coming all back to me now, is that the Unicorns, like we had mentioned before, have 3 games tonight. So good to have a new guy coming out there. And a new look, the Mammoths have yet to see him.
Yes.
So they're not used to this kind of ball from him.
Yep. So they'll be seeing a new pitcher, which, I mean, at this point, when you're swinging as well as they are, I don't think it really makes too much of a difference who they put on the mound mentally, of course.
Yes. Scott Combs steps up to the plate, 208 on the season. Falls that one straight back. Looks like he caught some a bit there. Felix Abarak got a little bit of that foul ball hit towards Adams. Some of our catchers in this league take a beating. Taj Porter, man.
Oh
I can't even.
Yep.
You can't even describe how many beatings that guy takes back there.
Toughest man to put on minimal gear get behind somebody throwing a ball 90 miles an hour, blocking it if he misses it. As we just saw.
That. Look, we saw Nick Caruso, who is now the assistant manager for the Utica Unicorns. Scary goal last year. Took a really tough foul ball back in just the wrong area and had to go into surgery.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yes,
He talks about it.
Yes, poor guy did come back, got a sponsorship deal, actually from it.
That.
Yes,
I love that.
so he's actually doing all right now, and he's coaching, and he actually ended up coming back from the injury and was hitting exceptionally well there for the Westside Woolly Mammoths.
Absolutely, absolutely. When things aren't going exactly as the plan, you can always look for a guy like Nick Caruso to help you out and pick his brain to see what he sees. And that's, again, like I said, what makes this league different than the most. It's not an opposing manager's job to help you out with your swing against their team. But regardless, these managers put in place from the USPBL higher-ups have done a very, very good job at player development across the league.
Yes, and he walks him, Scott Combs, to take the trot on down to first base. But yes, I've seen, so you play for Diesel, John Dombrowski.
Absolutely.
And he's all about Diesel defenders. They do a fantastic job. Just, you guys always have very sound defense. He does a great job out there. But I've seen him have Jellikowski out there hitting balls out to the outfield. Like, you guys are all here for each other. And Jellikowski's the manager of the Westside Woolly Mammoths. But like we've said, you guys are here to help guys move on to the next level.
Absolutely, and that's genuinely what it's all about. As much as we love playing here in Michigan, everyone's goal, even from our owner, Andy, your goal is to come here, perform, and leave. We don't want you to stay here completely. We want you to succeed and continue to excel.
Yes, exactly. While we continue and have fun with our fans here and everybody.
Yes.
And we'll never forget about our guys who showed up and left here. Jellikowski was one of them, one of the original guys to get signed out of the league, and now he's a manager here.
You watch the Mammoths manager, Jellikowski, take batting practice.
Oh my gosh,
Him
lights
and
out.
Nick Caruso taking batting practice is just, it's amazing to watch. No warm-up. Grab a 34 and just put balls 400 feet. It's amazing to watch.
But he told me today he takes five swings and he's out of breath. I gotta hit the gym.
Oh, I'm going to give him stuff for that.
Big swing and a miss, sending him into a 1-2 count. Trevor Austin hit by pitch earlier on in the game.
Yeah, Trevor, I talked to Trevor. He's coming off of a season at Mercer University. He played very well there, and hopefully has some success here as well.
Yes, here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss.
That curveball
Struck
is
him
violent.
out, yes. Going to 2 outs now. Burl Dixon coming up to the plate. He does have 2 people on, 1 batter and runner in scoring position.
Yep.
0-1 on the day, but a walk earlier on. Let's see if we can get him on base and get something moving here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, Burrow seeing a new arm. A guy with 3-pitch mix. I'm interested to see, though, if he comes with off-speed pitches to Burrow early in the count. I'm interested to see. You have 2 outs at this point, out at any of the 3 bases. We'll see what he can do.
Well, we talk a lot about what the hitter is expecting from a new pitcher. What's the pitcher expecting from these new hitters? They must have talked to him about who he's facing and which guys to come at with what pitches.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Your catchers and pitchers have their meetings prior to every single game. They go over the lineups, go over the list. Now, when you've been in the league for a long period of time from the beginning, you usually know what to expect out of your hitter, out of your pitchers, just depending on who's on the mound. But when you have a new pitcher coming in, as Burrow called time there, a new pitcher coming into a new league, new area, new organization, you have a little bit of something to prove. But again, no matter who you're facing, it could be a daunting task, especially when you don't know what hitters can do, because at the end of the day, you're looking at numbers, and numbers always don't speak measures.
No, absolutely. Like you said earlier, fouls that. Right into our Metro Trade Chevy dealers right field patio, the garage.
And as
Fan
you saw,
over there has a good ball now for themselves.
Absolutely. And as you saw there, that curveball, he left it just a little bit up, and Burrow had a good swing on it, just missed it. So we'll see how he attacks this 0-2 with 2 outs.
Wouldn't want to come with that again.
No.
Believe Burrow's ready for that, get his hands right inside, take it up the right field line. Especially with runners on first and second right now, it's a dangerous spot, putting right in on the hands for him.
See what he got. I'm thinking change up. Curveball back to back.
Wild pitch, runners will move up. And now we've got 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs, but doesn't matter. Burl Dixon works well in these situations.
Absolutely. And again, right now, if I'm Burl Dixon, I'm thinking right away, 1-2, 2 strikes. He just threw me 2 curveballs in a row. A third time would be dangerous. So I'm interested to see if he comes fastball changeup mix here.
I'm laying it down. I'm going to say change up.
You going to change up?
I'm laying it down.
Let's see. Let's look at the signs. Look at the signs.
I'm
chasing 2, chasing 1. I'm going to change up away. Change up away.
It?
Yep. I'm calling it. Hat down.
Oh.
Nope. Heater. Oh, he missed it. He missed it.
Oh, like we talked about, you just missed it. Some frustration over there from Burrell with Josh Baker, retiring Burrell Dixon, keeping runners in scoring position. Mammoths leaving 2 on, but that out right there is our 5th third out of the game, brought to you by our friends at 5th Third Bank. But not only are our friends at 5th Third Bank always helping us out here at the USPBL, but so is Michigan First Credit Union, who sponsors JJR Field General. JJ is just ball of sunshine for us over here at the USPBL.
Absolutely. I didn't know what to expect when I first met JJ, because he kind of has like this quiet swagger dog about him. You know, he's like, yeah, I know I run the show here, but I'm not going to let you know it. You know, I'm not going to make a scene. I'm just going to be here, and everybody loves him.
He's famous and he knows it, but he doesn't want to get the best of him.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, look at him. He always gets a treat too, and he's gonna walk away from the. There he comes back as always, and then leaps again. So our umpire will be left with the basket for today. And here we go. Here comes JJ. But JJ's been with the league for quite a while now. In his early years, it was quite funny watching him, because I've only seen videos. I wasn't here, but I've seen him struggle with finding that right mix of picking up the bats and not bringing it back.
Not bringing it back.
Yes, but now we'll take a quick step aside, but we'll be right back here on the USPBL Network. And we're back here on the USPBL Network. New pitcher in for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Like we had mentioned early on in the pregame, we weren't expecting very many innings right here from Nathan Witt. But we have Will Rangel now out on the mound, number 8 for the Westside Woolly Mammoths.
Yes, Will's also new to the league, new as well. Seen him pitch against the Hoppers. Electric stuff, electric stuff. Let's see how well he handles this lefty-loaded lineup. Hopefully he has a secondary pitch that he'll work in, as Donovan takes the first pitch, swinging, base knock, like we said. And again, the team that can barrel up pitches early, as you saw the Mammoths do in the first, second, and third inning, not missing your fastball, and it's very important. So hopefully the Mammoths can continue the streak of, or the Unicorns continue the streak of attacking early in the count, putting, going one base at a time, and not getting too big with their swings, because at the end of the day, you can't hit a 6-run home run with nobody on base.
Exactly. You gotta get ready to get your guys on base, and that's why I think Donovan Curiel is actually a fantastic 9-hole hitter. A lot of people, if they maybe didn't play the sport or know the sport as well, think if you're at the bottom of the lineup, then you must not be the best hitter. That's just not the case.
Yeah.
Bottom of the lineup, 9 hitter is like the second leadoff hitter. They have him there because look, now he is on base. He did his job for the top of the lineup as he moves up to second base. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He did his job, and now he's right here for the top of the lineup to knock him in.
Yep, and all it took was 2 pitches. Actually, 3 pitches. 3 pitches, and now he's on second base in scoring position for his team.
Right, and here's the 2-0.
Let's see what he has.
Takes his first strike.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for a lot of your lefties. The big thing that I've started to notice is, or righties and lefties for the most part, not so much the right-handed batters, but the left-handed batters, because we have more right-handed pitchers in the league. As a lefty, you cannot give up on that pitch when you have guys who are capable of having their fastball run away from you with that much run. You know, you have 8 to 10 inches of run. You have to, no choice, but you have to stay in there. You can't just give up and call it a ball, because oftentimes it may come in the zone as a strike.
Ball low and outside for ball 3.
You see that fastball there with all that movement at 92 miles an hour.
Lucas Gooden batting .261 on the year.
And again, another guy, as he draws a walk there, another guy that the numbers don't necessarily speak to the measure of the hitter. He's one of the best leadoff hitters in the league. And as you see here, he's on base yet again.
Yes, he doesn't look like your typical leadoff hitter.
No, and that's, again, just like you said about the leadoff hitter, works the same way as the 9. It just depends on what you are given as a manager. You know, there is no pre-mortal, okay, my right fielder is going to bat 9th and my shortstop is going to bat 3rd. That doesn't happen anymore. Oh, man, I see hits Nick in the foot there. Did it get him?
I think it just got him. It did bounce.
It did bounce.
Very odd.
Hope
It's looking like he's going to take his base.
I hope so.
And he will take his base. Bit of a tough start out here for Will Rangel.
Yes, he's got to take away. As a pitcher coming in, even if you have a bad day, if I'm Combs here, if I'm Seltzer, come and talk to him. I let him know, listen, man, we have a 6-run lead, and it's early in the game. You need to relax and breathe. Even if you let up a bomb here, it's not gonna make a difference.
No, and good for Colby Seltzer coming in and calming his guy down as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, these are the hardest. So I wasn't a pitcher, so I don't have much to speak from in this point of view, but I know it's got to be hard. Your guys are behind you, cheering you on. Come on, man, you can do this. But at the same time, you just feel bad because you want to be there for your boys.
Yeah, and believe it or not, oftentimes when it's for the fans at least, when as a second baseman or an infielder who has knowledge about pitching, I'm not always going to go up there and tell him, hey, man, you're doing this, fix this, and this.
It's not your, you.
Sometimes you may just say, hey, man, I took some chicken out. I'm about to make some barbecue later. You want to come over?
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised. What talking about random things can do to somebody's mental come about and have them throw more strikes. The less they think about in the game of baseball and they just let their preparation speak for itself, the better chance they have of success at this game.
Yes, that's great input. 'Cause sometimes you don't even think you want to hear, like, it's okay, man. Don't worry. You just want to hear, hey, shake it off. Not a big deal. It's life. Like,
absolutely.
We have a lot going on. Like you said, we got a barbecue going on later. Just take a deep breath. Just play the game. Your boys are behind you. We're here to back you up. And they've got a 6-run lead right now.
Absolutely. And just look at that. After that talk, 0-2 on the first batter.
Ooh. Comes a little close and on the inside to Felix Abaret there.
Which isn't necessarily a terrible miss there. Backs him off the plate a little bit. Let's see what he attacks this 1-2 count.
Still makes me jump a bit up here in the booth.
Oh, always. Always.
Almost dropped right in there. It will be ball number 2.
Yeah, just missed.
Here's the 2-2.
Backs up the fastball. You can't do it to a guy like that. Scores a run.
Yes. And Donovan Curiel will score, but they'll go for the runner at 3rd. Lucas Gooden slides into 3rd. And we split the runners successfully, but you would hope to take that runner over to second base.
Absolutely, but here's the thing, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Kara. Another big thing to look at, and obviously we talk about Burrell all the time, but if you look at the professional caliber, he could have easily got behind that ball, reared back, and threw it as hard as he can, maybe getting him at 3rd base. But high throw, guy goes from 1st to 2nd, takes out the double play. Now that he had a low throw, even though he didn't get him out, it keeps the guy at 1st base with a ground ball in order.
Yes, always looking to split those runners.
Absolutely.
Always looking to at least have a ball where someone can cut it off.
Yes.
You never want to high sail it. The only time I'm high sailing a ball is if it's the end of the game. We need that out and there's nothing left.
Exactly.
I'm giving it everything I got.
Exactly. If it's not a guaranteed, or if it's not something that's going to be bang bang, you as an outfielder have to be able to relax, swallow your pride, and tell myself, okay, what can I do with this ball that'll put the next play in a better position? He could have easily, again, like we said, as he steps off and attempts to pick off at 1st base, that it's important for you to set up next. Baseball's like a chess game. You know, he overthrows that. He could score with all this placing. He can, with Nick's speed, he can make it all the way to 3rd base. And now you're in a situation that you didn't want to be in. But all that was just avoided by just throwing the ball a little lower.
Yes, exactly. I completely agree. I remember sometimes when I was throwing, you want to gun him down. You want to so badly, but you know that I used to get so excited in college when we split the runner. So I'd throw it into our cutoff, and you would get the girl trying to sneak off and run to 2nd.
Absolutely.
I said, no,
Nope.
No, not on my field.
Absolutely.
And so that's a rewarding feeling, knowing as an outfielder you did your job. Because a lot of people, like you had said, I'm glad you brought it up too, because swipes under the rug. Why didn't they make a better throw? Honestly, they made a fantastic throw, and they did the right job. It's better to keep it low, never to sail it high, because you can't do anything if it's high.
Exactly. Give your fielders a chance to attempt to make a play.
Yes, Josh Baker will take first base.
Yes,
got
that
a
was
little bit off on a fun tangent there for us.
No, it's good. That's what it's all about. And it's a good at bat by Baker to push the bases loaded to bring Jared back up to the plate. As you saw there, he eliminated a pitch. When you have a guy, and this is again watching the game of baseball, the curveball, he hasn't thrown for a strike, and if he has thrown it, it's been buried. As a lefty hitter, man on third base, I'm looking for a ball up in the zone. If I don't get it, walk me. The base is loaded now with a guy who can still drive the ball to the outfield and get another run.
Yes, and now we have Jared Weber up to the plate tonight. Bases are loaded and only one out, so sac fly, anything would be really good for the Utica Unicorns right now. It looks like they're just telling them once again, take a breath, bring everybody in, just calm down a bit.
Right. And again, tough situation as of right now, but he also has to understand, even though you gave up a run and you're not pitching the best, you have 5 runs to play with to get your team back in the dugout and rethink your game plan as a pitcher.
And there's going to be off days. It's never going to be perfect. You wish it would be, And these are the days where you leave the game and it sticks with you all night.
And this is why,
let it go.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this is why, just like you said before, and you know yourself from being an established college athlete, it's a game of failure. Softball, baseball,
absolutely.
Game of failure. You're going to fail more times than you succeed, and that's why it's important to be able to embrace failure. Now, you're not going to be at fault all the time when you can't necessarily catch yourself in the moment, but as long as you have the knowledge of, okay, the past is the past, I can't control it, let me just attack it with the best ability mentally and see what happens from there.
Yes, completely agree. Fouls that one straight back. Now 1-1 on Jared Weber. But it is, I do give these guys a lot of credit, because even me just playing in college, I was starting to struggle towards the end, because the game's a whole part of your identity. You played your whole life, man. Like, it's everything you know. It's everything you've ever known. So when you're struggling, it feels like your whole life is struggling. And it's tough. But so it's nice to see these guys out there backing up their pitcher, because in these moments, it just feels like everything's wrong sometimes.
Absolutely. And again, my father said something to me the other day that was very profound, is that your identity is not just you as a baseball player, but who you are as a person.
Oh, good people.
And even if that's a point where you tell yourself that, okay, my teammate's not struggling, I can sit here and not say a word and worry about myself, or I can go in there and help him out. Even if I'm having a bad day, I can still bring him from having his worst day. So finding your true identity as a baseball player, but finding your identity as a person definitely helps you come back and deal with adversity and failure, especially in this game.
Shout out Mr. Judd.
Absolutely. Papa Judd.
Papa Judd.
Yep.
Met Papa Judd before. Awesome guy. Now we're 2-2 here with 1 out still. And hopefully Papa Judd's watching tonight. Shout out Papa Judd. Ooh, big swing and a miss. Huge strikeout here from Will Wrangle. Yes. 2 outs now for the Westside Woolly Mammoths, but it'd be devastating for the Unicorns to leave 3 runs stranded right now.
Yeah, and that's again
5-run deficit.
Yep, like you said, again, it's that tough. The middle of the lineup's going to be, they're going to have to be able to just relax and understand that they cannot allow the moment to become too big. Yes, this base is loaded. Yes, your team's down by 5, but you can't hit a 5-run home run. So if you get your pitch, do your job.
Yes.
Do what you can do to help your team win. If that's cutting your swing down, getting a ball to the outfield like you've seen the Mammoths do tonight, or if that's taking a walk like you saw Baker do tonight. Things like that.
We got Philip Machulia up now. This should be massive at bat for him. Like
I'm interested. I'm interested to see how he reacts 2-0.
Had his first professional AB just a couple of innings ago. And he just seems very composed already here, so really excited to see this. Very fantastic pitch selection. 3-0, trying to get him chasing.
Yes.
New guy in the league. I totally get that.
Absolutely.
Trying to get a new guy a little bit on his toes, a little nervous, but he's staying grounded, staying where his feet are.
Absolutely. And again, similar situation we had earlier in the game with the Mammoths. You give your guy Mills a 3-0 green light, he gets a hit. In this situation here, down by 5, 3-0 green light, even if you get a hit, doesn't make much of a difference. But you see, guess what happens?
And the ball gets past Livingston Morris, and
there it is.
It looks like 3 runs will come in
on,
score for the Utica Unicorns. Phillip
There it is.
Matulia will come in with a stand-up triple, second at bat as a professional baseball player. This is fantastic for Matulia, putting them right back on the board, 6-4 now. Utica Unicorns coming up on these Westside Woolly Mammoths.
Absolutely, like we talked about before. This, like you mentioned, hopefully Machulla's able to come in here and help out his lineup. Now, after you know that he's established and he's doing his job after those guys above him, if these guys at the bottom of the lineup, when Mitchell, Baggett, and Curiel, to get it back to Gooden at the top, they got a lineup that can do some damage, that can actually come back and beat them. The good thing is they're into the Mammoths bullpen. That's what you want, especially 3 games. This is their 3rd game. You know they're struggling on arms. Now it's time to get to the bullpen, make these guys throw more pitches, drop the velo so we can find more barrels.
Yes, and they'll pull Bo Atkins now from the bullpen. But we'll talk more about Bo Atkins when we'll come back from this short break here on the USPBL Network.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood
And reset our life around zapping stuff and cheering for stuff with your friends. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
You dreamed of starting a company, not an HR department, but your business has grown fast, and so have the complexities of payroll and taxes, benefits administration, and other HR functions. That's why your business needs a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions. Tryon provides businesses of all sizes access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At FSBCares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBCares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities.
Where good neighbors do great things.
Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back here at the USPBL Network. Bo Atkins now on the mound for the Westside Woolly Mammoths.
Yeah, Bo Atkins, listen, I tell you right now, if you have any guy that you want that sets the team chemistry together when things aren't going necessarily the right way, it's Bo. He has that type of, that attitude and charisma about him that everyone gravitates towards, and he's a guy that'll come in and give his full 100% effort the entire time. So I'm interested to see. He's coming with a fastball slider with actually a forkball mix. I've seen it. It's really good. So hit the fastball.
Yes. Work early.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't want to go to the secondary pitches. Not the secondary arsenal, not what you're looking for.
Absolutely not.
No error. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. Okay, thank you. And Jacob Mitchell will now step up to the plate. Big swing and a miss. Great first pitch start for Bo Atkins, now 0-1.
Absolutely. And you look, this is a good move by Janikowski too, to bring in a guy who has a ball that can fall off the table at any given moment, like you saw there. Decent fastball. He'd be anywhere from low 90s, upper 80s, but that forkball is his go-to pitch when he gets ahead of the count, especially the lefties.
See, you don't hear of a forkball from too
there
many
it is.
people.
Ooh, that was a good pitch.
Even mixed up Scott back there a bit.
Yeah, it's good. And the crazy part is, as a hitter, you can't just anticipate a guy like Bo because he'll preset. What preset means is he'll show the hitter. Actually show the hitter as he grabs the ball before he puts it in his glove. He'll preset a certain grip, so he can tell it. Okay, hitter's like, okay, forkball coming. Then he sneaks 92 past you, so you can't anticipate. You have to react. Yes.
Bo Atkins with the 2-2. Follow that one down the left field line. 2 outs now.
Yeah, and again, that's what we talk about baseball. You know, a walk, a hit, a error, bases loaded, one swing of the bat, you're back in the ball game. You know.
You never know. So we talked about it's a game of failure. There's so much going on. You beat yourself up over, but it's a game. It's a game we played since we were kids.
Absolutely. And again, that's that forkball we talk about.
Yes, Bo Atkins retires the Utica Unicorns now, but not after Machulia hits a massive triple, hitting 3 guys in now for the Utica Unicorns. But we'll be back for more here on the USPBL Network soon. Thanks for joining us, and stick with us.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward, not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
And we're back here on the USPBL Network. But yesterday, if you watched our Westside Woolly Mammoths game, they wore some awesome bad to the bone jerseys, which fans can bid on now through noon on Saturday, August 12th. The auction link is 32auctions.com/BTTB. 50% of all proceeds from this online auction will benefit Michigan Special Olympics, our state's largest sports organization and one of my personal favorite organizations for people with intellectual disabilities. The Woolly Mammoths Bad to the Bone line, though, has quickly become a fan favorite here. Even Jenny, you as a Beaver, come on, it looks nice.
I love that jersey. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie about it.
Yes, but though there's plenty of other Bad to the Bone merchandise available for purchase. So you know what? Let's check those out now. And there it is, our Woolly Mammoths Bad to the Bone merchandise. It's available for purchase. Just check out uspbl.com/shop or check out our merchandise shop right at the ballpark.
Bad to the bone. It's a great song. It's a great song.
Oh, just here to listen to Juddy sing, as we already saw the first pitch coming in for a strike against Patrick Mills.
Wow, that curveball that's a lot of break.
Say dropping
Absolutely.
right into the dirt there. Even mixed up his catcher Felix Abaret a bit.
Absolutely, and for all of you young fans out there listening, one big thing that a lot of us pro guys focus on when it comes to recognizing a fastball curveball, because again, when you get to this level, it's hard to see it completely out of the hands. We actually focus on reading angle when it comes to breaking balls. You know, after you take the first one or see the couple, you read the angle. You know that if that guy's pitch, if he's consistent throughout the rest of throughout the game, and he throws a curveball in the dirt, that angle that it had his peak at the top of that movement, we know now if that ball gets to that plane, it's going to be a ball because of the higher spin rate. But if it ends up higher, we read a strike. Okay, if it starts above my shoulders, it's coming back in the zone. I got to pull the trigger. You know, and that's something you think about in between at-bats. The best do it pitch by pitch, and the ones who are in the major league level do it in the middle of their at-bat. You know, so that's what a lot of the guys here are focusing on doing, is being able to hit not just a fastball but all off-speed pitches. As Patrick comes with a 3-2 count here.
Yeah, it's all reps. Just
did he?
That deep right field. A home run from Patrick Mills.
Get out the tape measure.
Get out the tape measure. First home run here for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. His first home run in his professional career. Patrick Mills now putting the Mammoths up a one-run home run, 7-4. Great here for Patrick Mills, especially batting at .150 right now. But great game for him tonight, hitting Burl Dixon in out to left field, and then a triple earlier.
Yeah, being 2 for 3 on the night, even though you see an average at like 100 something, he can have a 3 for 4, 4 for 4 game and be right over 350 because he doesn't have too many at bats.
Lots of times people say you got to get like 500 at bats and they're almost be able to decide on a batter.
Yeah, that's what
they're truly
they say.
great or not.
That's what they say.
It's difficult, so you can't always let that deceive you.
You want to know what the unfortunate part is?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna go home later.
And you gotta go talk to Chris and just try to lighten the mood, man.
Yeah. But let's see how he reacts.
All right, buddy.
It happens. You know, first outing, that was a phenomenal pitch.
Great pitch, dropping right in there for a strike against Fox Liam.
Yeah, it was a good sequence in that last at bat. He just missed his spot, you know, and that happens, especially. And the good thing is he knows that, you know. But one doesn't make you. So let's see how he reacts to the rest of this.
Oh, just under the glove of Donovan Curiel, and Fox Liam will come up with a single.
Again, another hit out of Fox Liam. Guys finding barrels all week long, and that's actually something you don't see every day when it comes to Donovan and that play up the middle. Defensively, Donovan's probably one of the best infielders in the league.
Fantastic footwork.
Absolutely.
If you really watch his footwork, it's phenomenal.
And it's consistent too. And that's it's a big part, especially being him and Patrick going up the middle. You won't see a lot of errors out of those two up the middle. You know, as long as they focus on and trust each other, they'll be okay.
Yes, well, Donovan Curiel's family, shout out the Curiel family if they're taking a look at our broadcast today. They came in last week to check out some games, and they're just delightful to talk to.
Amazing
Yes,
family,
they were.
and they did a heck of a job raising an amazing son.
Yes, he's very kind. I talked to him earlier in the year during an interview. Ooh, bunt shown. Not very often do we see that here in the USPBL.
I'm not sure if that was a bunt to try and pull a guy in.
Yes.
The third baseman in to make something. As you see Ward looking down third base line, he could be trying to get a hit.
Lucas
he could be.
stays back.
Yeah, that's surprising. I'm a third baseman. I'm sliding up just a little
Just
bit.
a
Give him
little
the benefit
bit.
of the doubt. Yep, like I said, to pull him in doesn't
Here we
make a
go.
difference. Curveball bounce gets to second base.
Fox Liam moving up.
Right, and again, you know, for you fans that don't know, I originally came into the league as a unicorn. You know, and,
Marcus Judd, a Utica unicorn.
imagine me in purple.
Imagine.
I think I look great in purple.
Look great
by the
with
way.
your skin tone.
Yeah, but I look better in navy.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay. It's whatever.
So,
I think that it was meant to be.
Yeah, Beavers.
Yeah.
Go Beavs.
Go Beefs.
Go Beavs. So, but yeah, no, I spoke with Donovan, and amazing human being. And again, that's why I said this league is just so different. It's because we were
Just
going.
bunt.
Wow, he's actually going
hits
for
him
the
in the
bunt.
box though. Good thing it hits him in the box. He is going for bunt.
Yes, and that's actually not a bad idea. Reason being is because even though they're up 3 runs with less than, actually, was it no outs? No outs. Up 3, no outs, move a guy over, get him in, put you up by 4, saves a grand slam, because the Mammoths did lose to the Unicorns because of a Josh Baker backside grand slam last week. So we don't want that. Get
No.
yourself a 4-run cushion no matter what, and then once you start there, you give yourself a little bit of breathing room, but you
Prepare
never
now.
know. Yeah, that one caught. I think that one caught. It might have been a little low.
Yes, Ward Hackman goes down looking, not the way you wanna cap off that at bat. But now we have Livingston Morris, the daunting Livingston Morris, coming up to bat.
Absolutely.
And also a great guy.
Absolutely, he's the most down to earth. Everyone.
He's a teddy bear.
Absolutely, you know, and even being a guy who can hit a ball 500 feet, he's really down to earth. You watch him take batting practice, and you focus on hitting the ball hard on the line. He told me personally, he said, Judd, I know I can hit the ball 500 feet, but at the end of the day, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just want to get in the box and find a barrel and stay consistent. And that's what has allowed him to continue to progress, being a home run leader in college at a national championship winning school, to now being on a Willie Mammoths team that can definitely do some damage here in the back end of the season.
Yes, he does a great job of knowing his role.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so now here's the 1-1 to Livingston Morris. Fox Liam over there out at second base, taking his lead off.
I tell you, these Mammoths guys, they're mammoths.
They're huge.
I may be the smallest guy in the league, but I tell you, standing next to it as he rips one past Donovan.
Fox Liam will stay at third base. Ooh!
Oh no!
And a bad throw. Fox Liam will now go home. Josh Baker. There was no one there to catch that.
You can't do that.
No one there to catch that. There'll be an error on the throw in left field. There was no one there to catch the ball.
Yeah, I don't think there was good communication on that point there. And again, a situation like we talked about before. In that situation there, Fox was not going.
Oh, no, and he was not expecting it at all. He was standing on third base looking at Jelly, just talking, hey, Jelly, I'm over here at third base now, ready for the next play. And he didn't even know the ball was passed until he looked at Jelly, and Jelly's looking at him, waving him to go because of the bad throw.
Absolutely. And again, it's you can sit here and we can sit here and point fingers all day, but again, errors happen.
Of course.
Errors happen.
They do.
The conversation, obviously, when we get in the dugout, is that can't happen, but we understand that it does.
It
it's
can't,
in the
but
past.
it will.
Exactly, and we have to move forward past that. Let's see if they can eliminate another big inning, like we talked about before. especially when it comes to professional baseball or even high college baseball. You have to be able to eliminate the big inning.
Yes, but the Unicorns are looking, they've got someone in their bullpen working now. Looks like Nick Galatis.
Yes, Nick Galatis is, I believe he's Jackson State guy. Talked to him as well. Great individual. Very, very, very down to earth. He has some wicked movement. Hopefully he can shut these Mammoths down when Ben comes out eventually.
Yes, high-scoring game here.
Absolutely.
The pitch, just drops in. Alex Garbasic, not really agreeing with that.
Yeah, which is understandable.
Yes, it's a pitcher's pitch, not a hitter's pitch. You don't want that.
That is for you fans who don't know, that was a very good response by Kara. A pitcher's pitch. A pitcher's pitch is a pitch that pitcher's trying to get over that's not meant to be hit. As a hitter, you have to just tip your hat. Okay, I don't want that. I'm going to wait for his mistake. And if he throws it 2 times in a row like he did in this situation, as a hitter, if I'm Alex, I'm thinking, okay, he just threw me 2 breaking balls for strikes. I read the angle. If he throws it another time, I'm going to make it hurt. So now I'm thinking, let's see if he tries a fastball in. Let me turn on something.
Yes, and in college, whenever that happened, exactly right there again, just misses a little bit inside.
Yep.
When that would happen to me, first I would think, like you said, make it hurt.
Yes.
Get those hands inside and send it. But if I know if it's not working for me today, I'm fouling that off as many times as I can until they make that mistake and leave it over the plate, and then I'm taking it out.
And that's one thing that's really a lost art in a game of baseball, is being able to foul off pitches. You know, a lot of fans are like, oh.
It really is an art.
Yep.
It's, Donovan Curiel. Ooh, bad hop over there at shortstop.
Man, you don't
Very
see that
rare
often.
over there for Donovan Curiel. And it looks like Livingston Morris will now move on over to third base. Alex Garbasic will reach on the error.
Listen, again, a lot of frustrations going along across these Unicorns right now. My biggest thing, if I'm one of those guys on the Unicorns that's a captain right now, we get back in the dugout, I'm telling, look, man, we score 4 runs, we can do it again.
Yes,
okay?
for sure.
We're going to make errors. It is what it is. But we cannot sulk on it. If we sulk on it, next thing you know, Mammoths will put another 5, 6, 7 runs on the board. Now the game's out of reach.
Because it hurts to say, but just as hits are contagious, so are errors.
So are errors.
And we just saw it happen here.
Absolutely.
With the Unicorns. Even when you have the best attitude, we're not going to do it again. You can't help it. It's there, and it's on your shoulder.
Absolutely.
Here's the 0-1 to Colby Seltzer. Ball low and outside.
And again, when you have a cushion this big, you have to be able to mentally tell yourself that the game's not over. You know, and it could be a good thing or a bad thing. You know, as a Mammoths right now, you're riding a very good week, so you already know, locked and loaded. Now, if I'm Unicorns, like we talked about before, the game's only been going on for about an hour, 20 minutes. We're getting into the mid to later half of the game, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you scored 4. You're into the Mammoths bullpen, who don't have a lot of. You may see the same guy 2-3 times in the back end of a game. That's important to understand. As Kobe takes this high strike, that's important to understand. You know that when a team is stretched thin on pitching, you cannot be overly aggressive. Make them come to you and get into their deeper into their bullpen.
Yes, make them make that mistake. Test them.
Absolutely. There it is.
Seltzer.
Did he?
High fly ball to right field.
Does a job again.
Yes.
Not trying to do too much.
Livingston Morris will score here for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. An RBI now for Colby Seltzer. Now there's 2 outs here for the Westside Woolly Mammoths and the Utica Unicorns.
As a coach, you can never be mad at that. Ever. You know, he did a job. Livingston did his job. Get on and get over, get to third base. And that's why we talked about before, seeing Ward trying to at least bunt him over, or bunt, I think it was Fox over at the time, bunt Fox over. Lo and behold, Livingston came in, got a third base, sac fly, get him in, score a run.
Especially someone like Livingston Morris, maybe not the most speed over there.
Yep.
Hit it to right field. High fly ball. You rarely see a pitcher end up actually catching the ball in the infield.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often.
No, usually I used to have coaches say no.
Yep.
If that's the last resort, if it's right at you, even if it's right at you, if your second baseman, shortstop are calling you off,
Absolutely.
you better back up.
Yeah, if you're a pitcher and we're on the same field, get out of the way.
So everyone out there, if you're playing with Marcus Judd one day, if you're a pitcher, just get out of the way.
No, you leave it to Ben. I'm not catching the fly.
There you go. Yeah, leave it to Ben Wilcoxon. But we'll be back here soon on the USPBL Network.
You dreamed of starting a company, not an HR department, but your business has grown fast, and so have the complexities of payroll and taxes, benefits administration, and other HR functions. That's why your business needs a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions. Tryon provides businesses of all sizes access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Welcome back to the USPBL Network out here at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. We got a great matchup tonight, the Westside Woolly Mammoths versus the Utica Unicorns. Bo Atkins now on the mound for the Westside Woolly Mammoths.
Absolutely, Bo Atkins, again, like we talked about before, he'll be anywhere from 88 to 91, supporting a slider and a dangerous fork ball. Fork balls are a little bit similar to a mix between a split and a knuckleball. It kind of just tumbles off the zone, you know. So it's a tough pitch to hit. That's why we say hit the fastball.
We got some babies over there. It looks like enjoying maybe their first ever baseball game.
First ever baseball, right?
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, now we're back to baseball. Okay, time for me to refocus.
All right, Pat steps up to plate from the left-handed side. If you don't know, Patrick Baggett's actually a switch hitter as he drives one right.
You said he has great contact and not falling for him.
I'm telling you, me and him, we've had this conversation. He hits the ball a little bit harder than I do, I will say that. But we've had the same similar, struggles from the beginning of the season, hitting balls hard right at people. And guys like the Mammoths defense making really good defensive plays behind them, behind their pitchers. So again, but what's allowed Pat to continue to have form of success is, again, mentality. We talk about it all the time. Keep going with what works and trust it.
Yes, another great guy here at the USPBL. Speaking of great guys, Donovan Curiel walking up right to the plate with the 0-1.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mr. Personality.
Mr. Personality?
Yeah, I just gave him a new nickname. He likes it.
Ball fouled straight back. Why Mr. Personality?
Because he's, in our eyes, he's like the perfect personality for a baseball player.
Aw, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
That's nice.
He's one of the most unselfish baseball players you'll ever meet. Not only that, but regardless of what the situation is game-wise, you'll never see his attitude change.
Good. That's nice. That's the kind of player you want.
He goes 0 for 4 or 4 for 4. Doesn't make a difference. He stays the same. And that's why I respect him.
It's consistency. Oh, swing and a miss for Donovan Curiel. Bo Atkins gets the strikeout towards the end of the Unicorns' order. Now coming back up right to the top with Lucas Gooden.
Yeah, I don't mind that swing, actually, even though he didn't have the success that he wanted to. Understanding that he saw that, like we talked about before, same pitch he took, he saw again. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in his favor. But again, now he's the good thing about the one good thing about striking out against the pitcher, when you're a guy like Donovan who fights off so many pitches, that you see all his pitches. So second, third at bat, you're at an advantage.
You've already seen so many. You know what's coming your way.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to be shocked now. This is the 1-0. Hits that outside corner for 1-1. Bo Atkins, like you said, the fork ball. We don't actually see that too often here in the USPBL. The only pitcher I've seen have it is also Garrett Martin, who is also a Woolly Mammoth.
Yes, Garrett Martin faced him as well. Great starter. He's the type of guy that actually helps Janikowski, because he's the type of guy who he won't overpower you throwing 96, 97, but he'll have 3 pitches. He'll throw for strikes. He'll keep hitters off balance. He'll take off his fastball, throw his curveball a little harder, takes him off of it. As that ball goes foul down the third baseline. A lot of these guys, if you can locate, you don't have to overpower every single guy you face, because oftentimes, or not at this level, what you believe to try to overpower a guy, somebody has seen somebody throws harder with more stuff, more diverse pitches. So at the end of the day, sometimes less is more.
It is. It really is. And that's the same thing, like, simplifying your swing.
Absolutely.
Making contact with the ball, especially when you're struggling.
Yeah.
You just got to get the barrel out there. Like you said, a lot of the pitchers are a lot of times doing the work for you.
Yes.
They really are.
They
Especially
supply
like
the power.
Like Nathan
Yep.
Witt. Yes.
Yeah,
You gotta barrel it up the right way. Mechanics, sound mechanics.
Right.
3-2, full count. Lucas Gooden base hit up the right side.
Yeah, nothing you can do on that.
2
one.
out single.
Really good swing there. Nothing you can do.
Definitely
good swing.
nothing you can do on that. 2 out single there for Lucas Gooden. Full count. Nick Pastor now stepping up to the plate. And JJ.
The all-star. Everyone really comes to see JJ.
He's such a good
people,
boy, as they always say.
Yes,
He is.
You know, we had a photo op. Can you believe that?
With JJ?
Absolutely. It was very uncandid, but we were having batting practice with a bunch of sponsors, and JJ came and sat down right next to me while I was sitting watching the guys hit. Next thing you know, I got a camera that's bigger than me taking up flicks. I said, this is nice.
Oh, great.
Oh, did he get him?
Oh, well, great play by Colby Seltzer.
Oh, he called him safe? It's tough. That's a tough one.
It's a tough play.
I mean, good thing is, now that he called him safe, gives Nick a hit, people get $5 beer.
Yes, exactly. He was our beer batter of the game today. So everyone in our ballpark, and for you guys watching the broadcast who can come into our ballpark next time, if our beer batter gets a hit, you get $5 beer.
You really can't complain, and it's a big glass too. It isn't, it isn't a Bud Light 12 ounce or whatever.
Felix Alvarette, knocking that ball right out to Burl Dixon, who will retire the inning.
Yeah, you'll hear that name a lot catching fly balls. Don't worry about it.
Bo Atkins retiring the side for the Utica Unicorns. And the Utica Unicorns looks like they're bringing out Nick Galatis now. We'll talk about him more when we come back from our break right here on the USPBL Network.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms, and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
What are the odds that we're neighbors, where you've known each other our whole lives, and both tear the exact same things in this exact same knee?
So an ACL tear is an injury to the main stabilizing structure of the knee.
You want a good team around you, because then you know that what you're doing is going to help you in the long run.
My message to everyone who's helped me, thank you so much, because you guys helped me progress so much.
Also hearing it from a friend that's went through the exact same thing, I think sort of helps that know that there's a bright side at the end.
And we're back here on the USPBL Network. Nick Galatis now coming out for the Utica Unicorns. Trying to get these Unicorns back up here on the board and retiring these woolly mammoths to give them a chance and hopefully take this game home.
Yes, Nick Galatis again, Jackson State guy. Nick is spotting a 4 to 5 pitch mix here. Standard 2-seam, 4-seam, slider, changeup, curveball. We'll see how he attacks these Mammoth hitters. Understanding that, he's down right now. So see if he can start off getting strikes early. You'll see him anywhere from 88 to 91. A lot of movement on his fastball. Hopefully he can control that movement tonight against very, very disciplined hitters with a lead.
Yes, Nick Galatis hoping for a great outing tonight, but he's got a great catcher behind the plate, Felix Alvarette, who we're taking a look at right now. Hopefully keep calming these guys down and get them back in the game.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the biggest thing, is continuously be positive. It's easy to look down when you have a team that's having success and then facing that team in game while they have the lead, But like we saw that inning, Unicorn scored 4 runs. It can happen that quick.
It can happen in the drop of a hat. It really does. It comes. You don't even realize it's happening. It comes right at you.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Ground ball to Donovan Curiel.
First pitch, swinging.
Making
Good
quick
play.
work. First out here for the Utica Unicorns. Retiring Trevor Austin. Now we're back to the top of the lineup with, once again, the name we use all the time, Burl Dixon.
Yes, and that's actually a very good call back there by Felix. Experienced catcher, been at multiple levels. Very good call going change up first pitch to a team that's hunting fastballs. That's a very good call. Let's see how he attacks the top of the lineup, though. Very dangerous hitters.
Experience, reps. He's just know it now, especially he knows his pitchers.
Absolutely.
Burl Dixon.
Yep.
It's ball high.
Yeah, looks like it's looking more towards a off-speed first, fastball second to a lot of these hitters, keeping them off balance.
Nicolatis. High and outside. Burl Dixon, 2-0.
Honestly, it's a blessing and a curse to be able to have an eye like Burl. You know, on days when you're struggling, yeah, you're walking. But on the days you miss your pitches, you know, you're not on base. But for the most part, you're going to find a way to get on. You know, so there's some positives in it, but there's also some negatives because, you know, as we always talk about, it can be a lot better, you know, if he doesn't miss his pitches. But that's a game of baseball. Happens to everybody.
It is. We've said it again and again. I'm going to say it again. Baseball is a game of mistakes and making adjustments.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Talking about adjustments. Absolutely.
It's always. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing this game. You're making adjustments constantly.
Absolutely.
You never have the same swing the next day. You just don't. It's
No.
always the same swing, but a little bit of different look.
Absolutely.
You know, takes a strike in there for 3-2. I guess it's making adjustments, same swing, but making adjustments for that at bat who you're facing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It, you know, for the most part of the adjustments, you don't. There's 6 adjustments. The great hitter Pete Rose said this. For a lot of young hitters who don't know who that is, you should do your homework because the guy can hit. There's 6 adjustments you usually make before you make any drastic changes. Right? Burrow's swing got him here. A lot of these, everyone who you see on this broadcast tonight, their preparation work, whatever it may be, as Burrell draws a walk like we talked about, everyone brings their own thing to the game. You know, what their swing got them here. So you want to try to make those 6 adjustments prior to you making a drastic change with widening out your stance, lifting your hands up. Then move up in the box, move back in the box, get on the plate, get off the plate, choke up, swing a bigger bat. Those are your 6 adjustments. You make those prior to, you know, anything else, and then if none of that works, then you go to your coaching staff and say, look, what's going on? What do you see? Because you can't see yourself oftentimes.
Yes, then turn back to mechanics and work on that. But it's some great advice, especially for our young kids out there. Maybe just start to play the game of baseball.
Absolutely, absolutely. Baseball's a game of adjustments, but a game where you can't think so much.
No, you can't. That's your biggest mistake. That was always my toughest go. I would always think. But here we got Patrick Mills having a day. Single and a home run, 4 RBIs with the 1-0.
Yep.
Ball in the dirt.
And again, Patrick's one of those guys too, very composed in the box. But again, that could either be from his comfortability with his team playing so well, you know, but it also could be because of his experience.
Felix Albaret will call time. Go talk to his pitcher, Nick Galatis. Take a deep breath.
Yep, absolutely. I probably would have done the same thing as a catcher. Go out there, calm down a little bit. You know, after your, you know, was it 5 or 6 pitch walk, coming back 2-0 again, you already have an out. Just pitch contact, pitch contact. 1 home run ain't going to make much of a difference at this point, you know. So you definitely want to attack these hitters. Even though you're down, attack them. Don't be timid. Don't be scared. Go get them.
Nick Galatis, the 2-0. High and outside. 3-0 now here for Patrick Mills, but once again, you don't want to leave it hanging still.
No. And again, when I say, you know, pitch to contact, that does not necessarily mean throw the ball right over the middle. You know, that may be taking some off your fastball, making sure you hit a spot. That may be not gripping your off speed so much to where you're trying to make him miss, trying to get ahead in the count, throw strikes, put more pressures on the hitters. There's been a lot of hitters counts tonight.
The 3-1 walks him. Patrick Mills heading on over to first. Burl Dixon will move on over to second. And Fox Liam will step up to the plate. Already a home run on the board for him tonight. Hit by pitch once, 2 RBIs, 2 for 2 on the day.
Let's see what he can do here. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest, Kara. If this was a closer game, late in the game, I don't even think I can still walk him. Because now that I'm thinking about it, you got Ward, Morris, and Gerbichek who are all having good at bats today. When you have, I'm telling you, when you have even with a guy who's seen the ball well, when you have that understanding, like, look, I'm just gonna swing at a pitch that he might give me. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna swing it, and I'll let the guy behind me do the job.
They've got a lot of good hitters coming off of what we've seen. The Woolly Mammoths seem to balance out their lineup a bit more, while the Utica Unicorns seem to have, like we've talked about, mentioned it quite a few times, that top-heavy lineup. But the Mammoths spread it very evenly throughout here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Jankowski does a very good job again, like we talked about. He's him as a manager has had to make different changes. You know, with so many guys moving on to bigger organizations, taking some of your better hitters or better players out of your lineup to then bring in have new guys. As Fox puts a swing on this one.
Over the head of
Yeah,
Nick
that might be a stand-up double. You think he's probably going to hold him there? Yep, probably.
Stand-up double for Fox Liam, having a day, knocking Burl Dixon in. Another run here for the Westside Woolly Mammoths, 10-4. And Ward Hacklin will now come up to the plate, and the umpires will have a quick meeting.
That's interesting to see if they're probably going to check and see if it's a home run. They're going to talk. I wonder what they're going to do.
Dropped. Maybe I was thinking
Double. Okay, they
yep.
gave him a double.
Perfect.
All right, no worries. I thought it dropped in front of the fence anyway.
Yes, I thought maybe they were talking ground rule, but he's already at second.
Yeah, a line drive.
So, yeah.
You can never be mad at that, though. You talking about line drive at 105 off the bat.
105.
105, yeah. I once drove a car 105. Kids don't do that.
I could never.
Yeah, no. Pops, if you're hearing, I didn't do that.
Yeah, no, would never do that.
As Ward takes the first pitch for ball one, looks like.
Ward Hacklin batting .266 on the year so far.
Yep, and again, Ward is one of those guys. One of those guys that has tough ABs. He's a tough out. He really is.
Yes, Ward Hacklin, also 11 walks on the year, but just an aggressive bat out
Yes, yes, he's an aggressive hitter, but he's had more success than late, more success than not. You know, so if I'm, like I said, if I'm a manager and I say, my man, you got to keep swinging, keep swinging. At any given moment, he'll get another hit for you. So just keep on swinging, especially with runners in second and third. Interested to see what he does here.
Yes, the 1-2.
Oof, that's a good take.
Good for him for holding. Those are tough.
Yeah, and with the backstop here, the foul territory here at Jimmy John's is a little bigger than most fields. It puts some pressure on pitchers when you have a team that can hit fastballs, and we've seen this even when with the team who can take that low pitch, and if a catcher can't block it the way he's supposed to, as he gets rung up on a pitch.
Ward Hacklin twice tonight getting rung up on a pitch.
I don't. Like I say, I'm not down there. I can't see it. But that's unfortunate. But again, like we said, blessing and a curse being a guy who can make so much solid contact. You foul off 4 or 5 pitches that could possibly have been put in play, and then you get rung up on a pitch from a catcher that was a pitcher's pitch. You know?
Exactly. But I would say great pitch by Gladys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right on that outside corner. You can't it's a fantastic pitch, especially as a catcher.
Yes.
It's a proud moment as a catcher for your pitcher. Yes. We got 2 outs here for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Livingston Morris, 250 on the year. Also having a day, 2 for 3.
Yes, good for Liv. Good for Liv. He's this is a good game for him as well. Looks like we have a pitch clock violation. We start off Livingston. That'll be a 1-1 count. It's actually on Livingston.
We haven't seen as many pitch clock calls as recent. We saw them a lot early on.
Yes. I actually recently had 2 of them as he takes that strike. Yep. I've had 2 of them, you know, and the rules are very, it's very gray area because depending on who you have as a field umpire, for you fans who don't know, there's different Did he?
Ward Hacklin.
Let's see if they give it foul fair.
Just foul.
Wow.
Sending the boys back to their bases. That was
Livingston just missed that one. That was easily about, I want to say, I'm going to go on a guess here. That was easily about 380 feet.
But looks like a kid just got a new
good for him.
Souvenir out there. New souvenir.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
Let's see if Liv can sit back here on this next pitch. Oh, cool. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Pitch looked like it was in the other box.
Right, and that's what we say
from
again.
This view.
Anyone could say it's a ball or strike. When you have a guy who's throwing the ball 89, 91 miles an hour that has a foot of tail, you cannot give up on any of those pitches on the outer half because odds are the moment you say no, that ball comes right back into the zone. You may think it was a ball. It could have nicked the plate. Umpire's discretion. Welcome back to the dugout.
Walking back to the dugout, yes, for Livingston Morris here. We're heading into the next inning now. Out here, Utica Unicorns coming up to bat soon on the USPBL network.
How do these business owners find the time for peace of mind? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with Tryon, one of the nation's top professional employer organizations, provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and its team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
Always rely on Tryon.
Fifth Third Bank. Yeah, it's a quirky name. But here's the thing. 5/3 equals 166.7%. So we put 166.7% into everything we do. Like automatically getting you your paycheck up to 2 days early. Giving you well-deserved extra time to avoid overdraft fees. And helping you borrow from your future self. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
And we're back here on the USPBL Network. As you just saw, once again, a reminder, it's Catholic Night, sponsored by Alliance Catholic Credit Union here at the ballpark. It's also, we've got some great fireworks coming up after this. And we'll have an interview down in the field. Marcus Stedt will be heading on down there. He's a player by day, broadcaster by night now.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking it up here.
Dabbling.
The AC's nice. It's wonderful.
It is. It's very nice up here. It's a great view we see over there from our fantastic cameraman, David Forrest.
Look at that.
Beautiful night at the ballpark. We said we had some tough weather in 2023, but we've also had nights like this that are just perfect for baseball.
Absolutely, absolutely. Not a cloud, not a bad cloud in sight. Wind is calm.
It's beautiful out.
It's a beautiful day for baseball.
Flags aren't even moving.
Well, that's a good thing.
They're staying still. Josh Baker, 1-0. Takes a swing. High fly ball. Colby Seltzer will camp right underneath it for the first out of the inning.
Now again, attacking this Unicorns lineup. At this point, 6-run lead. Like I said before, Bo's the type of guy who's going to give you all he got, but he's also a type of guy that knows the situation. He doesn't let the moment get too big. He understands, okay, I got a lead. I'm just going to throw strikes. If they get out, they hit me out. It doesn't matter at this point. So you expect him to throw a lot more fastballs to work his forkball off, maybe bring in a little curveball to keep these guys off balance. But when you have a 6-run lead in the middle of a ball game, leaning more towards the later innings, all you have to do is get outs at this point.
That's a hit right up the right field side. Really hard for
tough.
Livingston Morris to get to. Jared Weber will stick with a single.
That's a tough one there.
Really tough. So, 1 out now here for the Utica Unicorns. Philip Machulia having a day, his professional debut. 3 RBIs, a single, and a triple that cleared the bases, getting those Unicorns sneaking up on these Mammoths.
I'm telling you right now, Kara, he hits a bomb. He's hitting for the cycle. I'm putting my hat down.
You're putting your hat down? Are you putting the yard card down?
He hits a bomb right now. He is hitting for the cycle tonight. And that's be the first one of the season.
Are you calling a yard card?
Absolutely.
Yard card.
Oh, he missed it.
If he got a hold of that, that goes yard.
I've been right. But again, understanding and realizing you can't hit a 6-run home run. Cut your swing down, get on base, continue to have a good day.
Yes, and here's the 0-1 from Bo Atkins. Another cut from Philip Machulia. Like we said, new to the league. He's wouldn't call him patient in this moment. He knows the pitch that he wants. He's going for it.
Absolutely. And again, like I said before, you can't be timid. This isn't when you get to this level. This isn't a situation where we're all taking the first pitch because these guys walk a lot. It's this point. It's okay. You know the first pitch 80% of the time is going to be a strike. Now let's cut down our swings and work base to base. If you get behind in the count, if the pitcher gets behind in the count, different scenario. Okay, then you start to work from there. Not until the pitcher falls behind. You got to stay aggressive.
Yes, and here's the 1-2 from Bo Atkins. Philip Machulia, high and outside. 2-2.
I like this guy's composure. Philip has a lot of composure.
He's a great job. Well, like we said, he came from good Division I ball. He's used to this he's used to making these adjustments against different kinds of pitchers.
Yeah, especially it's a lot more comfortable, especially as a lefty coming in and knowing before you play that all you're going to see is righties. And it really does set you up.
Philip Machulia Fastball outside, retiring Philip Matrulia for the first time.
Yes.
His professional debut. So 2 for 3 on the day. And now coming up to bat will be Jacob Mitchell, batting a $111 on the year so far. So having a bit of a struggle. But another guy who's more recent, even more recent than the College Showcase. He's very new to the league. Only a few at-bats on the year. So definitely still trying to get some confidence going underneath his belt.
Yes, and again, being a 4-league team and being able to practice along a lot of the newer guys, a lot of the older guys, a lot of guys in general from other organizations and teams, you really get a feel for one's personality. You know, while you're in the broadcast, while you're watching it, while you're in the stands, you don't really get a feel for someone's personality unless they have that type of personality, like a Bo or a me or a Ben or some other guys in the league. But I will tell you, Jacob is an extremely confident ball player, and he trusts his preparation. So I'm eager to see, as long as he continues to do what he does, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being one of the best hitters in the league.
Well, it's unique for you guys, too, now coming up here to the booth. You're a player. You're down on the field. You play for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. So this is unique for you. Fouls that one straight back. Go Beavs. We'll roll Mamos or go Corns today.
Oh, wow.
They're playing. But, yes, you get to see that different kind of personality, especially here in the USPBL. We're not traveling. We all call the same ballpark home. So you're used to playing around these guys.
Yep, as Mitchell calls time there. Yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. But again, having the fan experience, it really gives it's a different atmosphere when you're playing a baseball game and a kid calls you by name, tells you your favorite player. It's something you live up for, you know. And it's a lot of things that can be overwhelming to a guy who hasn't been at this situation before. But the ones who can consistently bring down and come to earth and not allow the moment to be too big, can have success.
And here's the 2-2 from Bo Atkins. But like you had said before, you're not used to all these kids coming up and knowing your name. Chris Davis, a couple weeks ago, kids were surrounding him on our Kids Day. High fly ball to left field, Ward Hacklin.
Oh, beautiful play. Beautiful play.
He makes the snag.
Wow.
Hats off, caps off to Ward Hacklin out there in left field. But like I was saying, Chris Davis just said he could stand there all day and talk to the kids. And now you know kids are going to be running out to Ward Hacklin after that play.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was not an easy play. Even though he made it look easy, he just slid on a bed full of rocks. That isn't clay out there on the warning track. Those are rocks, all right?
You're an infielder.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But
I stay away from the warning.
Still make your rounds out there. But we'll be back soon here on the USPBL Network. Stick with us. We got a great game going on out here.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
Companies are competing for talent like never before. With the complexities of handling tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and other HR functions, it's easy to see how a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions makes all the difference. Tryon empowers businesses of all sizes to attract and retain talent by offering access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
And we're back here on the USPBL Network, getting into the late innings now, but great game out here. The fans are sticking with us here.
Absolutely. Normally, big scoring game like that, you see a lot. Some fans, you know, they stroll out, you know, but for the most part, we are packed here at Jimmy John Stadium, and I absolutely love the atmosphere.
Yes, and a new pitcher on the mound for us tonight, Andrew Huffman, now taking the ball for the Utica Unicorns, has pitched 20 innings, 2-2 right now, 14 hits on the year, giving up 14 walks, a 3.6 ERA. So let's see how Huffman does tonight.
Yeah, Hoffman's one of the best bullpen guys in the league. He's spotting a 93, 94 mile an hour fastball, 5-pitch mix. Nothing is flat, a lot of run. Faced him a couple times. He's a very good pitcher. But again, another guy who understands the situation. Unfortunately, you know, it is what it is when it comes to him coming in the game without the lead. But look for him to continue to do his best in keeping these Mammoths quiet. Hopefully, for him and the Unicorn's sake, they can get out of this half inning without giving up a run.
Yes, now. Oh, another kid enjoying his first game of baseball. The kiddos. Here's the first pitch of the inning. Outside. Low and outside. Very low and outside against Alex Garbasic.
Yes, that was he's spotting a curveball, changeup, two-seam, and actually a split finger grip. So, but he'll predominantly probably work off his fastball slider against the Mammoths. We'll see what he got.
What would you say from a player's perspective? I don't. Softball, we had a lot of different pitches. So something else to try to think about. Split finger versus forkball.
Split finger versus forkball. Split finger is really generally supposed to be held very, very tight in between the fingers.
The index and the middle finger?
The index and the middle. And the goal isn't to, the goal is to when you get the ball out in front to snap your fingers together and pull straight down. The goal for a split finger is to...
trigger.
Yep, exactly. But the difference is with a split finger and a fork has a little bit different style of movement. It sits more like a changeup that falls off. Forkball, it can do anything. A forkball can cut. It can sink. If you miss and you don't do it correctly, it could ride. So, it just depends on how well a pitcher can control it. But forkball split, similar pitches.
Yeah, I was gonna say forkball though is held between middle and ring finger.
Yeah, middle and ring, depending on the pitcher. Yep.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different take. That's why forkballs are tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's.
Yeah, but the difference is a forkball is another variation of a changeup. If you have a guy like Bo who can very well, what we like to call on the baseball side of things, tunneling. What that means is a pitcher can have the same release point, same hand angle, but throw a different pitch. If you can do that for a fastball and split or fork, whatever it may be, off-speed pitch, without making it too obvious, it keeps a hitter
that's
off
tough
balance.
to beat.
It's hard. That's why oftentimes just go with the flow. I believe there was a pitch clock violation.
Pitch clock violation, which is going to send Garbasic over there to first base. Got a little caught up in our pitch docking.
Yeah,
but I find it very interesting, especially because it's like you said, it throws a batter off. You said, you don't see a lot of fork balls. When you do see it, Bo's got a fantastic one in his arsenal, and it's another off speed for your arsenal right there.
Right. I think Hoffman's never mixed feelings about that call there when it comes to the pitch clocks. Now, the pitch clock, again, we talked about before, is new to the league. But, again, it's something that the players have to get accustomed to as well. This late in the season, it doesn't happen as often because a lot of the players are more well-versed in how everything works. For the viewer's perspective, though, they may not have so much information. When it comes to the pitch clock, nobody on, you usually have 30 seconds or 25 seconds if you're leading off the inning. In between batters, you have 15 to 20, depending on if someone's on base.
15 if they're on base?
15 if they're not on base.
Not on base, 20 on base.
20 if they're on base. Now, but here's the trick. Different umpires start the clock at different times. That's what can screw a hitter up, or even a pitcher. That once a guy ground ball out, you got 20 seconds to get in the box. As a hitter, you have to be up looking at the pitcher by 8 seconds. If you're not, they can call it pitch clock violation.
Eye contact has to be made by 8 seconds, ready to take the pitch, or else, like you said, pitch clock violation there on the batter. Colby Seltzer, 0-2. Low and outside, great take from Colby Seltzer. Huffman trying to get him to chase.
Yeah, he is. He is trying. He got him to chase there. I think he tried to rear back a little bit too much and probably squeezed the ball a little hard on that one.
Well, in the 0-2, you never want to go too great of a pitch.
No.
You want to go chasing. You go with a good pitch, they're guards up, ready to go. They're ready to take that pitch. You leave it hanging there, that's when you get screwed over here in baseball. Another low and outside, trying to get Colby Seltzer to chase, but staying composed, staying where his feet are at.
Like I said, again, when you're a team that's hitting this well, it's real easy to, again, feed off of the next guy who's hot. You look at his composure, you match the composure. You do it self-consciously, not thinking about it. That's why we say when guys have outbursts, they get upset, get frustrated, it trickles down.
Yes, Colby Seltzer 0 for 3 on the day. Fouls this one to the right side and heads into our stands. But 0 for 3 on the day, but isn't showing for how great of at-bats he's had.
No, he's had
2 RBIs. He's been having a fantastic day. That's what can suck. Like we said sometimes, numbers don't always tell the whole story. That was always so frustrating for me as a player.
Yeah.
Numbers don't tell the story, and the fantastic at-bats you had, the times you took a pitcher 10 plus pitches, and how hard you've worked. But all people look at is batting average, and then the rest of it goes out the window sometimes.
Yeah, that does happen.
It seems like it does.
No, it does. It does a lot. It happens a lot. People want to throw out numbers. He takes us 2-2. Good take. Phenomenal take. That's definitely a pitcher's pitch, trying to get him to swing at that one.
Yes, working his way back now to a 3-2. Colby Seltzer putting up a fight, not backing down.
Yes, you know, in reference to what you spoke about, numbers aren't always everything, you know.
No, they're not.
Because that's why it's important when people say, oh, social media this, social media that, recruiting this, recruiting that, getting scouted to play pro ball. That's why professional scouts are still here. They don't rely on what they see on the camera because there's some things that they may not see. You know, baseball is one of those games. As Seltzer flies out, it looks like they lost it. Oh, he caught it.
He lost it, and he still recovers. You could tell in the middle of it that he seemed to have lost his footing there by
Absolutely.
Jared Weber.
That was actually phenomenal
Does
concentration.
regain it.
Phenomenal concentration.
Colby Seltzer looks a bit stunned.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he thought that ball went backwards, and it ended up fair.
Sometimes you don't know.
No, and it's tough this time of night. Roughly around 8:30 to 9-ish is that, what is it called? Dusk, whatever you want to call it.
We'll call it
yeah,
dusk.
when the ball gets up above the lights, it disappears sometimes.
Sure. Well, glad he was able to regain that there and get
100%.
underneath that as Scott Combs comes up to follows that one straight back. See some balloons out there though. It looks like in that.
Oh, somebody's got a party. We got a party going on.
Somebody's got a party going on. We got a party in the booth.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best parties on the broadcast here with me and Marcus Judd.
100%. Look forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Rest of the season.
We'll have him up here plenty more times throughout the season, so no need to worry. But you also see him out there on the field.
Yes, yes. Bloomfield Beavers play the Utica Unicorns tomorrow.
Marcus
Saturday
Judd.
night.
Saturday night, coming out here at the ballpark. The pitch gets away.
Takes another base. I'm telling you right now, Kara, tomorrow's going to be magical. Why? Not because the Unicorns are playing, because the Beavers are playing.
Okay.
Beavers have an opportunity to bounce back, and we will.
Magical Beavers.
Absolutely. We got a great captain squad.
Build a dam.
In JD Stubbs and Chris Davis and leader John Dabrowski. We're going to bounce back.
Yeah, here we go. Beavers are struggling a bit in fourth currently, but they also won this. They won last year, and they had a tough start to their season last year.
Yes, so I've heard. But like they say, it's another barrel base hit. Does he send him here? Probably works base to base. Yep.
Garbasic will stay.
Yeah.
Ball still drops in to Felix Sabarat. Like you said, that throw was a bit high, trying to hit his cup, but still bounced in right in the right spot.
Yeah, and again, like we said before, situation changes. You know, that right now, 6th inning, top of the 6th, you're up by 6 runs. They can't hit a 6-run home run. There's no need for me to try to push to make something happen, because when that happens, the baseball gods know. And guess what happens? Somebody ends up getting hurt. And that's not what you want in this game.
No.
If I'm
not a
coach,
10-4 game,
no,
especially.
There's no need to push it.
No.
Now, game gets close, late in the game,
you push
sudden
it.
death, different story.
Very different story, especially in sudden death. Because for those of you who don't know, here at USPBL, we go into sudden death. We do a coin toss. The winner of the coin toss decides if they'd like to take offense or defense. And then, if the defense holds the offense, they win the game. The offense gets to put a runner on first base. If they score a run, they take the W for the day.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's everyone's. No, a lot of people say,
Great
"Oh,
pitch.
I'd rather him be on second base with less than with a 1 out." But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, pitcher throws a pass ball at a guy who's stealing base, scoring position, no outs.
Perfect.
It can happen like that too.
Yes.
Or you have a guy who throws 100 miles an hour coming out the pen and shut everybody down. It can happen both ways.
Comes in on the hands.
Yeah, it looks like
against
he
Trevor Austin.
fell off on that one.
Yes. Bit of a stumble there for Andrew Huffman.
Yeah, I'm surprised that first pitch wasn't a strike, though. It was close, very close.
Second pitch.
Second pitch.
Fantastic
Apologies.
pitch.
Second, yep.
Yes. The 2-1. Down in the dirt. Great pick by Felix Sabarat to keep Garbasic over there
working.
on third.
Yeah.
Got Scott Combs over there on first base right now. Runners are split. Only 1 out. We could have a double play up the middle. Looks like Baggett and Curiel are pretty close in trying to prepare for that.
So I think it's a good call by Felix to give his pitcher a little bit of extra time on that and get the umpire's attention.
Here we go, the 3-1 against Trevor Austin. And away, Trevor Austin will take his base.
The Mammoths have bases loaded yet again. Let's see if Trevor can pitch out of this and leave them scoreless for the first time of the night. But Burrow coming up to the plate, runners on, less than 2 outs. Double play ball, won't get Burrow at first. I like his odds in this moment here.
Yes, as our PA announcer, Johnny usually says, there's a stampede of mammoths out on the bases.
Oh, jeez.
For the Beavers, he always says, there's, what is it? The Beavers have built a dam, and they're out on the field.
That's what Chris Davis was talking about.
Yes, there you go.
Oh,
He's
man.
got all his little tricks out here for the USPBL. Burl Dixon, ooh, great stop once again by Felix Abarata. Very experienced catcher, does a fantastic job out there.
Absolutely. And again, we talk about situations, right? This situation, Trevor Austin just took 3 pitches. You could call it a 4th, borderline, getting on first base. First pitch to Burrow, ball. If I'm Skip or if I'm Burrow, doesn't make a difference. I see a ball I like, I'm going to drive it just like I did.
Burl Dixon, ground ball up the right side. Could score 2. Ooh,
Nope.
they
Base to base.
like you,
Base to base.
Exactly
Respect
like you
the
said,
game.
there's no point in pushing it right now. They're going to hold him up at third base. Got Combs now on third base. And Alex Garbasic
There we go.
comes in for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Another RBI for,
Burl
as we
Dixon.
call him, our walking highlight reel, Burl Dixon.
Yeah, like we talked about before, even though the guys in front of you got on base by walking, pitcher's not throwing too well, as soon as he throws a walk, throws the first ball, immediately you can easily say, okay, well, I'm going to take the pitch and try to draw a walk, or let him wait till he throws me a strike. When your team's up like this and the pitcher's just trying to get ahead, take your hacks. Take your hack.
Utica Unicorns will call time. Assistant manager Nick Caruso will come out to the mound. Looking like he's just calming down Andrew Huffman. Looks like he will stay in the game for tonight. Just taking a deep breath in the moment.
Absolutely. Definitely coming here to tell them just to calm down a little bit. Right now we just need outs. They score a run. They hit you around the yard. It is what it is at this point. The damage has been done. Doesn't mean your offense can't have it be undone here.
Yes, but they do have someone in the bullpen over there. It looks like they might be grabbing
Yeah, they
him. I
might
believe
be
that's
coming in.
Matt Colucci.
Yeah, it looks like Matt.
It is Matt Colucci.
Looks like he's going to stay out
They're
there right
keeping him,
now.
yep.
Okay. Yeah, Colucci's another guy, 90-92, heavy sinker. See if they end up bringing him in, depending on how this at-bat goes.
Possibly preparing Colucci at least for next inning. I would expect him to make his appearance next inning.
Normally,
hoping Huffman can retire this out with how many games they've got this weekend.
Absolutely.
You got to really hope to rely on these guys right now.
He's only at 19 pitches. A guy like him, if he can get out of this inning with under 30, he may be able to go another one to help his bullpen even more.
Strike pops in there for Andrew Huffman. An 0-1 against Patrick Mills. Patrick Mills having a day, if I may say.
Talk about it. 4 RBIs, 2 hits. Can't complain.
No, great day for Patrick Mills.
Yep. And like we said before, like you said specifically before the broadcast started, or during the broadcast, numbers always don't mean everything.
No, they don't.
You come into the lineup, oh, he's a 2-hitter. He's only batted 150. Well, yeah, but he can still hit.
And he makes contact.
He makes solid contact.
He makes contact. He's a second. He's second in the lineup for a reason. You're not expecting him to always get on base like a leadoff hitter is.
Yep.
High fly ball.
See if it
going
stays.
foul.
Does it stay?
Lucas
Ooh,
Gooden
good
will
focus,
make
good
the
focus.
grab. Fantastic grab by Lucas Gooden to send them into 2 outs now. That's a tough go for the Westside Woolly Mammoths, but again, it's 11-4.
But it's 11-4. But on top of that, you know who you got up next now.
Fox Liam.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes, you're correct.
Yep. Another guy, 3 for 3 night. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Okay, so here at Jimmy John's, we have one corner in the field that we call triple alley. It's triple alley in the right center field gap.
I did not know about triple alley.
Triple alley. If 80% of the time, if you hit a ball in that gap hard enough, it's a triple. Yep. Now, if I'm Fox, I know the score. I get it. But if I'm Skip, I'm like, man, I'm looking at that board. He's got a single. He's got a double. He's got a homer. We got 2 outs. He hits a ball in that gap, I'm sending everybody.
If he hits for the cycle?
I'm sending everybody. I know game dictates.
I would go crazy.
I know the game dictates you up, was it 7 runs? But you have an opportunity to see history.
Oh, he's really going for the cycle. Massive hack right there from Fox Liam.
I'm not sure if he knows, but I think I think he wants to put this game out of
I feel
reach.
like you have to know.
Yeah.
You know what's in the back of your mind, even though you're telling yourself, don't get too excited.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, as you're in the dugout, you're like, man, what if?
Yes.
You know?
Andrew Huffman surrounded by Woolly Mammoth, as we see here.
Oof.
High fastball, high and outside. Fox
Yeah,
Liam,
I think this may be his last batter, if regardless of what happens. I believe.
I agree. I think
Especially
it's
after the
time.
meeting.
You don't want it to get.
Out of hand.
Sometimes people just need to take a breath. Yes, you don't want to get it out of hand.
Yeah, and on
give
top
him
of that
another
too,
day.
being a reliever, being able to beat a lot of these pitchers have, even though they say, oh, he came in and pitched, he pitched 2 days ago. Now that might have been a pitch. That might have been a pitch to swing at, but
See, that was a great pitch though for Huffman.
Yeah.
Probably not the pitch I want to swing at the Pens.
No, after swinging at a
little
pitch,
in on the hands
after swinging
there.
at a pitch away, you're not anticipating a ball in.
No.
Most of the time you react. When you're 3 for 3, you're a little bit more patient. 94 up and in on the hands. If he's late, that's out.
But again, it might be the best pitch he's going to get. Like you said, it might be the one he wanted to go for.
Right, but then again, when you have a lineup like this, if I don't get my pitch, okay, I'll just take my walk. Next guy
And
behind
keep
me's
fouling him
gonna-
off if you're trying to stay protected. And Fox Liam can certainly do that.
Yeah. See if he cuts down. I'm interested to see if he cuts down a swing. Me personally, swinging for the fence, get a triple.
Fox Liam goes down looking. Andrew Huffman gets out of the inning, only 1 run coming in, even though they had the bases loaded. Bit of a tough inning for the Mammoths, leaving that many on base, but good for Andrew Huffman and the Unicorns
to get
getting out of that tough
Absolutely.
one.
Let's see if they can come back at this one.
Yes, we've got more here on the US PBL Network. Stick with us. We'll see you soon.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
Always rely on Tryon.
We're back here on the US PBL Network. It's Catholic night. And me and Marcus Judd, Kara Wolfbauer here alongside Marcus Judd on the call tonight. Really excited to see you guys. And there's our man, Fox Liam, we just saw recently. A triple away from the cycle tonight.
Yeah, this is a situation where, yes, the game is close to getting out of hand, but at the end of the day, opportunity for a guy to make history and get out of here. So if I'm like I said, if I'm him, I'm gripping, ripping, aiming for that gap, and I'm not running. Even if the ball starts coming in the field, I'm trying to get third base.
I'm swinging for the fences. I'm shooting for it. It's not like it's a close game where you gotta hold up at second, and he's gonna be running for third, and the ball's coming right at him.
Yeah, when you hit a ball so hard so far, you don't really have to sprint to second base. But I have a feeling he hits the ball in the gap. We're gonna see Fox run fastest than he's ever ran before in his life.
Due up now, we've got Patrick Baggett, then Donovan Curiel rounding us out all the way up to Lucas Gooden at the top of the lineup for us tonight.
Again, like we talked about, if these two guys can continue to get on throughout the longevity of the season and get it to that top, Unicorns have something special too.
Patrick Baggett on the left side. You said switch hitter.
I'm putting my hat down, Kara. I'm putting down the barrel. Pat gets a hit right now.
Okay. I thought you were saying yard card.
Oh, no,
said yard card.
Not yet. Good take. 2-0. All right, it's coming right now. Heater.
Okay, this should be the pitch you want to hit.
Heater.
Right here.
I'm saying.
I'm going heater low and outside.
I'm going backside base hit, second, third base. What are you thinking?
Let's
What are you
see.
thinking? Come on, talk to me. Come on, Pat. Good take. I like that. I
3-0?
like that.
Good for him for not getting too excited. In college, I used to do that. 2-0 when I'm
Real big swinging.
I'm ready to go. I'm expecting them to come at me with that nice pitch just because they're desperate for that strike.
Absolutely. Good take. That's 4. That's 3. Should be.
I thought that was.
I'm pretty sure that's. Yeah.
It's 4.
Yeah, thanks,
we
Pat.
were right up here on the
I
broadcast.
know you want to hit, brother, but come on,
I
take
was
the
trying
walk.
to find a way to recover. It's like, and that's 3 balls.
Oh man, I was like, I think I remember how to count. Something like it. 1,
The
3,
Patrick Baggett, he was
2,
too focused.
4, ball. There we go.
I was gonna say we were here the whole time. We're paying attention. All right, here we go. And the umpire, I hope, knew too. It seemed like everyone was a little bit confused out there. Thinking us down there.
Exactly.
Donovan Curiel now back up to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day.
Oof. It's a good pitch.
Great pitch from Bo Atkins. Not a pitch again I want to swing at. The outside was never my friend.
Yeah, the outside pitch. I'm telling you right now, when you have a guy who can spot an outside fastball, it's one of the hardest pitches to hit consistently. You know what I mean? Granted, everyone's like, oh, curveball is a harder pitch to hit, but again, a curveball is also a harder pitch to throw for a strike. If I'm looking for balls inside the zone, I want to hit a fastball. Now, the mistakes happens when the pitcher doesn't have enough run on it or enough cut, and it's flat. When it's flat, that's when you have a little bit of trouble.
Here we go. Donovan Curiel, 226 on the year. Swing and a miss.
You also won't see that often, unfortunately for Donovan, but let's see if Lucas can help get the job done here.
Yes, Lucas Gooden come up to bat. Only one out, hopefully move Patrick Baggett. Lucas Gooden, 261 on the year. A base hit and a walk so far today. Does a great job as a leadoff hitter. He gets on base.
He gets on base a lot. He does. Very unorthodox to have a guy like that at the top of the lineup, but when you have a guy that gets on base,
that's what you need in a leadoff hitter.
You want a guy getting on base, absolutely.
You really do. But he has 2 home runs, so he can be a power hitter.
Yes.
He can be. He seems like, as a leadoff hitter, he's actually a fantastic leadoff hitter for both those reasons. He has that power where he could just, kind of like Chris Davis, he could randomly start us off with a leadoff home run. But at the same time, he's fantastic at just getting on base. That pitch gets away, and Patrick Baggett will mosey on over there to second base. He's just not your typical leadoff hitter.
Yeah,
from looks.
Right, and that's completely okay, because he's sneaky, because he can backside W, and you think, okay, it's going to take more than that for him to score. A base it up the middle, he's flying around the bases. He can run for a bigger guy.
That's what I was going to say. For me, first look at him, I would guess a 3 or 4 slot.
Yeah.
But he can. He could do both. He could be a great 3 or 4 slot. Because, again, he's consistent. He hits a lot. So still, as a 3 or 4, you want them to be hitting and knocking people in.
Absolutely.
But realistically, looking at this Unicorns lineup, he is the best for their leadoff hitter. My next opinion would be Donovan Curiel, which, again, makes sense. He's rounding out the lineup tonight. But you got big at-bats like Alvarez and Baker coming in there. They're the perfect 3-4, so move Lucas Gooden up to leadoff. It's actually a perfect combo for them.
Yeah, the reason why I believe you give him the shoot as a leadoff hitter is, 1, he's disciplined, and 2, he leads the team in walks.
Yes, and another ball gets away. Patrick Baggett moves up to third. Lucas Gooden, 1 out, has a runner in a great position. A high fly ball out to the outfield would be fantastic now.
Yes. And again, everyone wants to say, oh, we need a big inning. You don't necessarily need a big inning. You need a few good innings to get you back in the game to then have a big one, You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But again, like we talked about Lucas, he has more walks than he has hits. He has a very good eye at the plate, very disciplined, very relaxed, and it also comes in from coming off a very good college season as well.
Yes. Also, the walks, another exact reason why a great leadoff hitter, like Burl Dixon.
Yep.
Sometimes you just need that one guy to get over to first, kind of shake the pitcher up a bit that they already walked somebody, and now you've got great hitters coming up with a guy already on. And like you said, he's got speed, too.
Yep. If we look across at the leadoff hitters and across the league, you have Luis Acevedo for the Hoppers. You got Chris Davis for Beeps. You got Gooden, and then you got Burrow. Those 4 guys, and sometimes it's a Ward. Those 4 guys, they get on base.
Yes, and Patrick Baggett scores. Lucas Gooden ground ball to Colby Seltzer.
Don't call it a comeback.
RBI.
It can still be a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
The game's not over. The game's not over until the umpire taps his watch, or the 9th inning is over and 3 outs have been made.
Nick Pastor coming up to the plate. High ball, high and outside. But like you said, it's not always about one big inning. One big inning, of course, is helpful.
Yes.
But I always told myself playing, I'm going to win this at bat. I'm going to win this pitch. If I'm in the field, I'm going to win this out. Like you got to break it down sometimes, because if you look at it too big picture, you lose yourself in the game.
You'll get overwhelmed. You start doing things that are outside of your characteristics as a ball player.
You start thinking, how can I come back from this?
Exactly.
How do I get this many runs? Don't think of it that way. You think, I'm going to get this run right now. Next thing you know, you're chipping away. Chip away like a beaver.
There you go. Chip, chomp, chomp.
Would have been a great pitch to hit. That's the one I think I would have shot for.
Yeah, 1-1, especially with a guy with a good off-speed pitch.
It's the 1-2.
Okay. Find my line.
Foul.
Close, but no cigar. That'd have been a nice one to land right there. 2-out double. That'd have been nice, especially having Felix coming up to plate after that.
Yes, the 1-2 now against Nick Pastor. Nick Pastor recently had he's been a fantastic outfielder. I know had a tough go a couple weeks ago in center field, but
Yes.
I know what happens. Sometimes you get the yips out there.
Yes.
You start thinking you're someone who's fielded naturally for your whole life, and all of a sudden it's, Nick Pastor.
Is it hit again? Yep.
Believes he gets hit by pitch again. We'll trot on over to first base.
Absolutely.
Setting another runner up for Felix Albaret to try and move around the bases. But yes, Nick Pastor had a bit of a tough go last week in the outfield. Last Saturday, I believe. A couple of balls that it's either those high fly ones right over your head or those shots right over your head in center field are the hardest ones to read. I know he's had a tough go on a couple of them. Speaking from experience, I've had a couple of it's hard to even talk about him because it's frustrating. It's very frustrating, but he's a fantastic outfielder. But sometimes you start to overthink the game.
Absolutely. Some things happen. You also have to remember, too, it's not easy to play the outfield, especially, as the throw gets there. Pastor.
And he will stay at second base. Sometimes that's hard because I wonder, yes, you need him on base, but it's late in the game. It's starting to get a little later in the game.
Yep.
Do you push the envelope?
Nope. You can't. Not until it becomes a closer game.
That close?
Yeah, you have to work base to base, regardless of how you think about it. Everyone has to swallow their pride. It is what it is. You're down 5, 6, 7, 8 runs. Cut your swings down, move a guy over, get him in.
And hopefully now, Felix Albaret, big hack, 1-1.
Yep.
Start moving him around.
See what he does here with 2 strikes. I really like how Felix, he has home run power. As we know from the past, 3 home run game in a championship game is something special. As he takes that swing on a curveball. You'll see him here take a breath, prepare to hit this next pitch, but also cut his swing down. He understands he misses pitches. He's swung at pitches he shouldn't necessarily have swung at. For his approach, it is what it is. Watch him. I want to see how he cuts his swing down on this one here.
Let's see.
Good. Discipline.
Great take by Felix Albaret.
Yep.
I wonder, too, I've always asked some guys about this, and sometimes they say it really doesn't make a difference. But you are a middle infielder, so I don't know if we might both have the same take on this. I always wonder how catchers feel when they walk up to the plate. It's like there used to be.
There it is. What?
Felix
My gosh! Oh, that ball was probably hit 400 feet.
That foul.
Oh man!
But
Oh man!
hopefully he can knock that one straight now. But what I wonder is they're so used to being behind the plate and reading the pitch, how it changes their approach once they're up to bat. It changes their approach. I don't even mean it like that, but helps them.
No, catchers usually have really good eyes at the plate, being given the fact that they see angles all day long. You know what I mean?
They usually know what's coming. They're calling the pitch. What would they call next?
Right. But and again, it could change. It can change any moment because at that time and moment, he's not necessarily thinking about what he's seen 2-3 weeks ago from this guy. He's trying to get the job done as he overswings on a curveball there. It was slightly outside the zone, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not surprised that he got that pitch backed up after he just hit a fastball 400 feet foul.
Well, kudos to Scott Combs and Bo Atkins for making that great pitch call there, because that's exactly what you were looking for from the Mammoth side. The Mammoths 11 runs on the board with 11 hits. Utica Unicorns with 5. See if they can start to bounce back here on the USPBL network.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well-earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
And we're back here on the US PBL Network with Matt Colucci on the mound. Just like we had guest Andrew Huffman will sit down for the night as the Utica Unicorns try to peck away at the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Hopefully score some more runs. They're 6 runs down right now, so it's going to take a little bit more to start coming back. But it all starts with the defense putting back good numbers first.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Matt Colucci's he's a phenomenal pitcher, especially when he works down in the zone. Again, we've seen once, maybe twice, him struggle when he leaves balls up in the zone. But if he can ride that heavy sinker, he'll be anywhere from 92 to 93. Sinker moving about 8 to 10 inches of depth. South, that means by depth. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The umpire, as you see, it seems from our, and again, we're not down on the field, but it seems from our angle, when the game is a little bit slightly out of reach, you have to understand as a hitter that the zone may be expanded a little bit, which is understandable. Now, as a pitcher, you can use that to your advantage. With a guy who has so much vertical, meaning up-down movement in his fastball sinker, I'd be trying to live off that, especially with bigger guys who like to hit the ball 400 feet. Let's see if he can work the ball down, get his team in there to get him some more runs.
Yes, and speaking of bigger guys, we got the heart of the lineup coming up here now for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Livingston Morris leading off the inning for them. Then Alex Garbasic. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Ward Hacklin, excuse me. And then Livingston Morris and Alex Garbasic. Got ahead of myself.
No worries, no worries.
Here's the 2-0 now. Matt Colucci coming in. 2 balls off the bat.
He's got to settle back down here. And the pitch. Ooh, phenomenal take. Phenomenal take. 2-0. 2-0. Ward's looking to get his hands extended on the pitch, see a ball up. He wanted to swing, took it. That's a very good take. Very good aggressive take here.
Yes, low and outside, not looking to chase on a 2-0 count like that.
Yeah.
And he
4 in a row. 4 in a row. Now, in situations like this, if I'm an infielder, so what you understand is you're only allowed so many visits, catcher and coach, if I'm not mistaken. As an infielder, if I come to the mound, it counts as a meeting. So with that being said, in a situation like this is, again, some of you high school kids out there, college kids, or wherever you may be playing ball out there, if you have a pitcher in a situation right now, and you're an infielder and the catcher can't necessarily come out, you can still talk to your pitcher, you know. Don't tell him, hey, man, bear down. Like, he's not trying to throw 4 balls in a row, but you give him a little bit of encouragement, relaxation. Hey, man, look, we're down. It is what it is. I need you to just throw strikes. Throw strikes. If they hit you in a yard, so what? They're having a day.
Especially 11-5.
11-5.
Just throw strikes. Make them put the ball in play, and your infield will make the plays for you. You got to trust your guys out there.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying this as a hitter thinking that I'm a pitcher, because I'm not. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going on the mound.
I could never do that.
I'll tell you right now, I got 7 pitches, and none of them are over 80 miles an hour.
Oh, that's okay.
But
I can tell you I've got no pitches, and none of them are over 70 miles per hour.
But with that being said, you know, it's you can easily sit back and say, you know, maybe he just needs to rear back at those strikes. Yes, we say it, but it comes with a grain of salt. You know, we obviously know he's not trying to go up there and walk 5 guys in a row, but we also know he's just trying to throw strikes. And some days he'll be on, some days he'll be on. So there's a lot of different things that can play in a factor, but your job as a teammate is just help your teammate at the end of the day.
Call that a strike, and that Livingston Morris's back crossed the plane. Did we just see a... Hold on, I believe we just saw Livingston Morris get ejected from the game.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember the last time I've seen someone get ejected from the US PBL.
I haven't seen it all season.
I've been here 2 years and I haven't seen it yet.
Was the call maybe unfavorable, or looks like Jelly's gonna have to make a change here right away. Yeah, we're a little far from the action here, but we're going to see if we could try and get some information for our viewers.
It looks like they're making adjustments now. Livingston Morris has made his way back to the dugout. If he got ejected, that means he actually should have to totally leave the dugout.
Yeah, so he'll have to, if that is the case, he'll have to pack his stuff up, what he has, and head to the locker room.
Yes, now we've got Garbasic coming up to bat, but we'll see what changes they're making.
Yeah, we'll probably find out next inning or next half inning.
Well, we've seen some words tonight that the guys have made with the behind-the-plate umpire tonight.
Yes, that could
Livingston
be a factor.
Morris was the one that had that really tough call with the ball that seemed like it was in the other box. So definitely some tough calls tonight out there for the boys, but everyone's just trying to play a good ball game here, but Livingston Morris, we'll keep our eyes peeled for this.
Yeah, and see what happens as this situation progresses. Don't want to jump the gun too much and say what could have or would have and things of that nature, because we don't know. You know?
Yes, exactly.
But, we'll do our due diligence in trying to find out what happened.
So Alex Garbasic now with the 1-0 against Matt Colucci.
It's a good take.
Outside.
It's a good
yes,
take.
2-0. That's the pitch you want them chasing at, though, as a pitcher. That's the one you're hoping they go for.
Yeah, elevated, make the eyes blow up. The only issue is he's pulling across. You see how he's falling off the left side of the mound? He's pulling across his body. When that happens, only one or two things are going to happen. You're either going to miss, like he did, and he came down good on that one. You're either going to miss, pull across, cut a fastball and miss arm side of the catcher, or you're going to fly open, your arm's going to ride, and that ball's going to come up and maybe hit a batter like you've seen earlier in the game.
You were made for coaching, Juddy.
Yeah, I've been told. I coached. Fun fact.
Ooh, ball gets away.
Ball pass.
Ward Hacklin looks like he's making. Ooh, and Ward Hacklin will hold up at third base.
He knows the situation. Yes. He knows. He wanted to.
He had to think about it.
He wanted to. He's like, I don't want to be the next guy coach has to send out. Fun fact, Kara.
Yes.
I have 5 coach tournaments under my belt.
Very nice.
5 coach tournaments, 16U, South Florida Bandits. Shout out to the boys. And believe it or not, before I came down here to play ball, or up here, I would say.
Up here, true.
Up here, I would say. I'm in 5 tournaments, 3 tournament championships, a second place, and I did not make it. So, in my eyes, not too shabby for a rookie.
I'll say, but a man with some accolades.
Yeah, you're not
under
bad.
his coaching belt.
Yeah, I really found it fond of giving signs. It's fun. It's so fun.
You like coaching third base?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially you can make the game last longer because we don't have a pitch clock.
Yes.
So I'm sitting there giving signs for 35 seconds for no reason.
Really getting into it.
Just to tell a kid, hey, swing away.
Now, Colby Seltzer comes up to the plate, 0-1. He's over 4 in the day, but like we said, numbers don't tell the whole story.
Yeah.
Great take by Colby Seltzer.
Interested to see how he approaches this at bat. You know, even though he's 0-for, he's not necessarily 0-for-4, but he is 0-for. You know, right now he's rocking that 2 RBI night on both on sac flies. So I'm surprised he wants to get a hit here.
Yes, big swing from Colby Seltzer. Now a 1-2.
And honestly, I don't blame him. Big swing, get the ball in the outfield, get another run in. Why not, right?
Like we said, it's 11-5. Sometimes you're looking to do new things here, especially if you're on the right side of this game.
It could be one or two things: get your hit that you need in a day-to-day, or draw a walk at the on base finish up.
Ooh, Colby Seltzer.
Yeah.
Takes that pitch right on the outside corner.
That was painted.
That was, yes, great pitch over there by Matt Colucci.
I wonder if that was a cutter or fastball. I can't really tell.
It looks, I would say more like a cutter to me. Scott Combs now coming up to the plate.
All right, I'm
208 on
putting my hat down.
For hit or yard card?
No. Violent, vicious swing. First pitch. Oh, he took it. Okay, I respect that. Curveball. We don't want that anyway. Slider, curve. Let's see what he's got next. Cutter. That's right. All right, let's see what he's got next. I still want him to take a hack here. Either which way you look at it. Take a hack. Have some fun. Let the barrel eat.
Scott Combs, 0-1.
Yeah, he wanted that one.
Yes, Matt Colucci, great pitch, though, to get him chasing there.
It is. He's definitely going to call time here. That's one thing about having the pitch clock, again, so you viewers know. You're allotted 1 timeout, both as a hitter. The pitcher can step off, but if he steps off more than a certain amount of times, it becomes a balk run score. As a hitter, you call time.
Tries to shorten up his swing.
Yep.
And the Unicorns will retire the Westside Woolly Mammoths for this inning. But once again, it's Catholic nights. We've got some different stuff going on here around the ballpark. But thank you so much for tuning in with us today here on the broadcast. We're having a great time, Juddy.
Absolutely.
Yes. So stay with us, guys. 11-5 game. We're going into the bottom of the 7th, which means it is time for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, brought to you by our friends at Genesis Credit Union.
Don't be afraid to sing along. We all know you guys know the words.
We won't sing along, though.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
And we're back here on the USPBL network. The Westside Woolly Mammoths making a change on the mound. Looks like tonight we've got out there number 21. Quickly making, trying to figure out who's out there. The Westside Woolly Mammoths, we have Cal Coughlin. He's new, so
Yeah, Cal.
I've seen him around here.
Yes,
yet.
I faced Cal. Cal is a sidewinder from TCU. Very, very, very heavy fastball. Ball has easily 12 inches of run into a righty, popping off a very, very sharp and hard slider from the same angle. He can actually pop up and come over top if he needs to. He'll sit anywhere from 90, 93 from that angle. As a hitter, I'm telling you right now, back off the plate. Back off the plate, let his fastball run into the barrel. If it starts off inner third, take it. It's not going to be a strike. Okay, bust all starts middle away. You might have to take a hack because it might be coming there back into the zone. I speak from experience. I faced this guy. I don't know if you remember that broadcast. I faced him. First pitch, I took. It's a funny story actually because prior to my AB, I asked Taj Porter and Todd Maddox, some of the players from the Hoppers, while I'm on deck. I told him, "Hey man, I know you saw him. What do you see?" His first guy, throwing gas. I say, "What'd you see?" He goes, "Hey man, he's got that two-seam run. Make you back off the plate." He threw one pitch. All I needed to see one pitch into our catcher. Almost hit him. I said, "You know what? I'm back off the plate." Found a barrel. He broke my bat. His fastball was.
Found a barrel.
It would. I lost it. I found a barrel and lost a barrel all in the same at-bat.
Yes, exactly.
As Josh takes that first one for a strike.
But then a kid found a barrel.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Actually, fun fact, I actually broke the bat. Didn't know that somebody had given it away. After the game was over, I'm walking back, and the kid asked, "Hey, I got your bat. Can you sign it for me?" I said, "Oh, wow." So the kid he didn't know I broke my bat. He didn't know it was my bat. He took the time to come find out whose it was, find me, and get a signature.
Yes,
so it was a pretty cool experience.
Is that the one that broke right at the handle by your thumb? I remember that. So ball, the way Marcus Judd is talking about this right now, when he swung, big swing and a miss by Josh Baker over there, 1-2 now. But your bat had cracked right between your hands.
Yes, it split right between my fingers. I felt the bat come out of my top hand, and it went all the way to our dugout. Looked back at the plate, and I had about 3 inches of a handle, only enough for my bottom hand. If it was anywhere different, we'd have had a different story.
Yes, an interesting story. But now that kid's got a wiffle ball bat because he's it's not fully broken.
No, it's not fully. Yeah, he can put it back together and have some fun with it.
Yes. Now the 1-2 here against Josh Baker. Cal Coughlin on the mound. Swing and a miss. Fantastic pitch from Cal Coughlin.
Yeah, that pitch is extremely hard to hit. It comes middle, think it's a strike, and then it just tails off, especially if you haven't seen him often. And this is a phenomenal move by, again, Jelly to bring in a guy like this who face a heavy lefty lineup. You have a guy who hides the ball really well. What I mean by that is with certain pitchers, mechanics, they can actually hide the baseball until they want to release it out in front. You'll see Cal specifically swing his leg open out to the right and then fly his hip open toward the plate to give himself enough clearance so his hips can clear so he can have a strong throw to the plate, but also deliver enough deception to keep a hitter off balance.
Definitely a deadly pitch, especially against a lefty. That's a tough. It's gonna be a tough pitch. It didn't break too early. It broke just late enough, not too late, where it's slipping right out of that zone. It's breaking too late. You're still in that bat path.
Right now, he's running off of 12 to 16 inches of run into a righty. So at this point, when you have a pitch that moves that much, you just have to trust it, especially with a big lead. A guy like this, who's used to pitching in front of big crowds, he's not going to be. You're going to see some composure here.
His release reminds me a bit. You would have more input on this than me. A bit about Jesse Galindo.
Yes.
Very similar to Jesse Galindo from the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers.
Yes.
More speed on Cal Coughlin's side. Jesse seems to go more for
finesse.
Big, yes.
Jesse, love Jesse. He's a phenomenal pitcher. I actually faced. As he gets hit there.
Take Angel Diaz.
Yeah, that's 90 to the legs.
Heading over to first base. Sometimes you got to run it right off.
Absolutely.
Take a deep breath and run it right off.
He'll definitely feel it later, though.
Yeah. Is that Nick Webb at first base?
Oh, Nick's back in the game.
At first base, Nick Webb was out for a short time from LSU.
LSU, yeah.
Yes, big school LSU, Louisiana State University. But had an injury going on over there, so we hadn't seen him for a while.
Correct.
And he's back with us. It looks like he will take the place of Livingston Morris over there at first base.
Yes, it's good to see him back on the field. You know, a guy like Nick, again, similar to a lot of the guys here, phenomenal human being. Always has a smile on the face, regardless of the situation.
Broken bat.
Single?
Ooh.
As he overthrow there, missed throw, puts a guy on second and third. Probably going to have to rule that as an error on the catcher, Combs, I believe, or the pitcher.
I believe
Was
the pitcher threw that. Cal
yes,
Coughlin
yeah,
threw
Coughlin.
that.
My apologies.
Yes.
Coughlin. Yep.
Looked like a very hard, low throw coming right towards the batter.
Yeah. But
Just kind of out of reach for Nick Webb.
Absolutely. And again, when you want a bang play like that, that's going to be tough either which way. But again, let's see if Cal comes down here and then resets and throws strikes, which I believe he will, as he's done in the past here.
Yeah, it's 1 out as Jacob Mitchell steps up to the plate.
Now the big thing here, like we talked about again, Kara, running on, it's getting late too. Running on time limit, it looks like here as well.
Yes, forgot to mention this is the last inning. My apologies to the audience, but this is going to be our last inning here due to our 2.5-hour time limit.
Unfortunately, and again, the rule can or cannot be enforced, depends as he takes a hit by pitch curveball, look like on the leg there. That one didn't hurt. That one probably won't hurt as much as a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but it hurts nonetheless. Now again here, with understanding that there's a time limit, now you have no choice. As an offense, you have no choice to have unselfish ABs. You know, it's very easy for a guy to get on base and struggle or to get too big of swings with runners in scoring position. But at this point, like we said it before, and I'm going to say it again, you can't hit a 7-run home run. It's not going to happen.
No, so you just got to get yourself out of this
base
inning.
To base.
1
base
out.
To base.
Bases loaded. Like you said, time. Just make it out.
Yeah, just get outs. At this point, get outs. And hitters, if I'm the Unicorns, I'm just going base to base. Base to base until we can find something, break it open. Is your key to hit. Continue to battle. Have good ABs. But if I'm Kyle Coughlin on a bump, I'm rearing back and I'm throwing heaters. If you're gonna beat me, you're gonna beat me. But I'm gonna throw. Yep, it's like that. That's all you need. Yep.
And they'll get him at home now. 2 outs.
Yep. Composure. That's all it is. It's okay. Probably a little over anxious there from Pat's perspective, but not necessarily a terrible situation there. See if Cal can get out of this, limiting the damage there. Get out of there with unscathed.
Yes, Cal Coughlin hoping to get out of this here. 2 outs, Donovan Curiel.
See if Donovan can do something for his team. It's a good take. Oh, foul ball. Foul ball. All right. Foul ball puts him at 1-1, it looks like.
1-1 here. Cal Coughlin from the stretch. Donovan Curiel. And the Westside Woolly Mammoths will retire the Utica Unicorns. 11-5 for the Westside Woolly Mammoths tonight.
Phenomenal way to come in the game. Start off early, get a lot of runs, and get out of here with a victory. Top off a phenomenal weekend. I believe they went 3-0 this week, did they not?
Yes, and like we said, the Westside Woolly Mammoths have been doing exceptionally well and starting to really rise through the ranks.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But we will be back soon here on the USPBL network. I'll be covering more about the game soon, but we're going to let Marcus Judd head on down to the field. Him as a player is going to head on down to the field to not play today, but to do an interview with a fellow player. Yes, it's going to be different. But still, like we said, we had a great game here tonight, Marcus.
Absolutely.
Interesting how we only went 7 innings. But so he'll be heading down there, and I'll be sending it down to him soon. We'll see you guys back here soon on the USPBL network.
Thank you so much, Kara.
the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
On the US PBL Network. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Once again, I'm Carol Wolfbauer. I had Marcus Judd alongside me tonight, doing a fantastic job making his debut on the broadcast. So it was only fitting to have him do a post-game interview, so we'll have one here with him soon. But to recap the game a little bit, we had Fox Liam just a triple away from the cycle, having an absolutely fantastic night. He joined us shortly after the college showcase, was batting .315 on the year when he just got here not too long ago. So been doing an absolutely fantastic job. Mammoths walk away with an 11-5 win, giving up 11 hits, 1 error. The Unicorns 2 errors tonight, hurting them a little bit out there, but the Mammoths just doing a fantastic job offensively. I think something that really works for them, taking a look at their lineup here, is that they really seem to balance out their lineup. They don't, like the Unicorns, for example, very top heavy. Nothing against coaching decisions and how they're doing it, but the Mammoths have been really balancing it out here. So a lot of strong hitters all throughout. We've got Livingston Morris batting 5th, who's fantastic. And we got some of these guys towards the end of the lineup. Colby Seltzer heating up as of late. So he's towards the end, but they've been really getting on base towards the end and getting the guys at the top of the lineup coming up to bat them all the way through. Burl Dixon was going 0 for 14 heading into last night's game, having a bit of a tough time, but was able to come out on top with 2 doubles against the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Luckily, Juddy's not up here with me right now, or he'd be very upset for me mentioning that. But the Mammoths, like I said, heating up as of late and doing an absolutely fantastic job. They've now assumed first place. Earlier on, they were last. So watching them move throughout the ranks has been quite amazing so far this year. And the Utica Unicorns sitting in 3rd place right now. The Unicorns have taken the most championships here with the US PBL, but we just got over that halfway point of the season, so there's still a lot of time left to be able to have some of these guys move up throughout the ranks. And once again, when we get to championship weekend, the way we break this down is the 3rd and 4th seed play each other first. Then, heading into the next game, whoever wins that original kickoff game will then go to the semifinals and play the number 2 seed. Then they'll head into the championship game and play against whoever wins that final game against the 1st seed. So you really never know. You never know who's coming out here. So you never know where you're coming out on the field, because honestly here at the USPBL, like I said, the number 1 seed might have put themselves in a fantastic position able to have that exact baseball player perspective. So it's nice to have some guys up here alongside me to really add some more input and show you guys the player perspective of the game, and for you guys to get to know these guys more than just as players. They're also human beings who are here at the USPBL, meeting kids and having just an absolutely fantastic time. So, like, if you take a look right now, kids running the bases. These guys have such a fantastic time talking to these kids and just thinking about how they, too, were once a child at professional baseball games, just trying to make it and enjoy the game themselves. And now they're here and they get to give that love back to these kids. possibly making a memory here. A lot of times my memories were made growing up at big major league stadiums, but it's more intimate here. They've got an intimate atmosphere to actually come out to the field right here. There's kids out here all over the place talking to players and getting to know people. So when they come out here, it's just a fantastic time knowing that we're making some kids' days. But it looks like we are actually going to start to wrap it up here. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for joining us on the US PBL Network. We'll have more interviews coming up next week, so don't you worry. We'll get Marcus Judd another interview soon. But thank you guys once again for joining us. We had a fantastic game tonight, the Westside Woolly Mammoths against the Utica Unicorns. So thank you so much for joining us on the US PBL Network. We'll see you next time.